In this video, you're going to see something that has never been done in AI agency history before. $13,500 deal, another $5,000 deal, $18,000 for the day, $9,500, $28,000, $28K in a day. Literally cash collected too, which is crazy. In just the past 4 weeks, I decided to branch out into a new niche that I saw massive opportunity in for my AI agency. And I closed over $60,000 in client deals just within these 4 weeks of starting it. And the best part is I documented every single part of this process live to show throughout this video. From picking my niche to my offer and my pricing, to then setting up my backend systems within GoHighLevel alongside my team, like our websites, calendars, automations, and more. To then setting up the ads to book calls for our agency within Facebook. To then actually hiring salespeople so they could take our calls for us. To then finally showing all the sales calls that we closed all these deals through. And throughout this entire process, I made daily updates and recap videos so then you can see into our live metrics as we were literally negative thousands of dollars to then being profiting over $40,000 at the very end. And I think this is such a unique video because I've not seen anyone else in the space do this. And honestly, I think it's really cool to look at how fast an AI agency can really scale when you put all your time and effort into it. Now, I want to give a quick disclaimer before I start this video. Because this is me within my own AI agency that we've been working with clients for years now, going into a new market, we have a lot of money to spend throughout me and my team, okay? So strictly for this video, we budgeted off the bat $15,000 in ads for team, for softwares, everything to get off the ground so then we could start closing clients fast. And straight off the gate, we started spending over $500 a day on ads simply to get results fast. So while this is achievable for someone who might have a lot of money sort of aside, also remember, I have years in this space. I've been posting on this YouTube channel for years with this business model, and I know a thing or two about what I'm doing, and I know how to properly place this money, and also just for the fact that I'm spending more than most people have startup cost-wise when they start their own agency. But again, I think this is going to be super entertaining for those that are just looking at what an AI agency can scale to, especially when you have a higher budget to start scaling with, because again, I don't think anyone else has shown this much on a video before. So right before we dive in, let me quickly introduce my team to you so you understand who's going to be building this agency with me. So firstly, obviously me, I'm going to be kind of the main guy throughout this agency. Obviously you guys are going to be watching on this video, and I'm going to mainly be in charge of kind of just being everywhere throughout the whole business. Like my role is to be mainly on the marketing side and the client success side, okay, and then helping out on the back end operations. But also at the same time, I'm going to be helping on the sales side where possible for hiring salespeople, training salespeople, and whatever else is needed on that end. So I'm kind of just going to be everywhere throughout this video, but my main strong suit is throughout the marketing and the advertising. The second person who you're going to see is my business partner, Wyatt, who I'm sure some of you guys have seen before, where his main role and strong suit is on the sales end. So he's going to be hiring salespeople and really making sure they're trained up with the right resources to go on calls with and make sure they can close clients at a high percentage. So Wyatt's job is mainly on the sales end and making sure that's all good to go. And the third person I'm going to be featuring throughout this video is Peter, who some of you guys have seen before. He actually started out as a client of mine inside of my mastermind and eventually scaled from 20K to 30K to 50K a month, 100K a month, and even 200K a month working with med spas. And as you guys are going to see throughout this video, this is pretty close to the industry we're going after. It's a very small sub niche of, medical spa, I guess, industries that we're going in. It's a very kind of like select market within that. And Peter, having so much experience working with these clients, knows what works when it comes to getting clients results. So Peter's main job is just going to be being on the back end for client success, making sure they get good results, and also helping out where possible with me on the marketing end. So I hope you guys enjoy this video as you're going to be watching all three of us pretty much go ham and spend about 4 or 5 weeks of our life absolutely dedicated to this video here and to building this agency. But the results are absolutely insane. And again, I cannot reiterate it enough. I have never seen anyone show this much proof in a YouTube video, any video ever online before within the agency, AI agency niche online. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys learn a lot as well, and probably find it entertaining because we had a lot of startup capital, like I said, to do this video. So it's going to be pretty cool to see how fast we can get results, and I guess kind of like a challenge as well, as this agency is also going to be ran very, very long term, and this is not just for this video, just I guess to preface. But yeah, that being said, guys, let's jump into the video, and hope you guys enjoy. All right, guys, it is day one as I'm recording this video right now. It is currently November 1st, so I guess that's going to make it very easy as I start to record more of these videos, because every single day as I kind of document it, it'll be like November 10th. That's the 10th day in this video, all that type of stuff. So that was not planned, but there we go. Anyways, Point of this video is, since this is the first video inside of this whole, I guess you could say, challenge, I want to break down me, Wyatt, and Peter just met right before this, and we talked about our industry, our pricing, our deliverables, and everything we're going to be doing for our clients. I wanted to talk about everything here because we're going to be, the industry and the niche we're going after is stem cell clinics, okay? So I know there's going to be a lot of people that watch this video and try to directly copy every single move I did or we do, depending on how successful it is, okay? And the biggest thing I want to tell you guys going into this, because I know deep down this is going to be successful, all right? Time will tell. This video, throughout this entire video, hopefully proves that. But I know there's going to be a lot of people that try to just copy every single move we do on here, and it's simply not going to work for you, okay? I made a video like this last year where I started an agency from zero and I did a whole challenge and it went crazy. It was like it got like 100,000 something views. But the problem is so many people try to just copy what I did, because I showed literally everything from choosing the industry all the way up to closing deals. And I made it was like $5,000 to $10,000 with going after the real estate niche, working with real estate agents within my AI agency. And I think a bunch of people try to copy it, and I got a bunch of DMs from people saying, hey, I copied every single thing you did and I didn't get results. So the first thing I want to make very clear here is we have set aside a budget of $15,000 for this agency to get it off the ground. That means we will spend 15 grand to not make a dollar back and then hopefully close a deal from that. Again, the goal is to close a deal a lot before we go below $15,000. You know what I mean? But we have a massive budget to do this. We have a lot of experience. It's me, Wyatt, and Peter. We've been running agencies for years, okay? We know a lot of people. We can hire people easily, and we just know what works, okay? So even throughout me probably showing everything throughout this video, I want to make very clear, don't try to just copy what we do. I know a lot of people are going to see, oh, he's going after stem cell clinics. Let me go after that too. This is his offer. This is his ads. Let me just copy it all. I'm telling you right now, it's not going to work. All right. It's not going to work for you. And if it does, it's going to be it's not going to be at the scale it worked for us, because we were the first ones to do it. And after this video goes live, I'm just saying throughout this entire video, we've already decided on our business name and a lot of things. I'm going to have to blur a lot throughout this entire video, because as we set things up, I can't leak our business name and like our page and stuff like that, because I know how many funnel hackers we're going to get. If those that know what funnel hackers are, it's going to completely ruin our agency, because this is an agency we plan on running for a very long time, years. Okay. Assuming this goes successfully. So if this video is out, it means it was successful. And that being said, don't try to copy us. That's all I'm going to say. First thing. But that being said, now that I've given you guys that expectation, let's talk about the actual industry and everything we're doing here. So what we decided on is we're going to go after stem cell clinics that are doing at least $50,000 a month. All right, reason we've decided on going after stem cell clinics is like there's a whole industry of like medical clinics, right? That's a massive industry. But there's also sub niches within that. There's like aesthetic clinics, there's Botox clinics, there's all these different treatments that different clinics can do. You know, even peptide clinics is a massively hot one right now. And the reason we think this is a massive industry to go after, and the reason Wyatt and I really wanted to go after this, primarily me was kind of the one pushing this whole thing, was because we understand that a sales cycle is much shorter for a stem cell clinic to get a patient than it is a real estate agent to get a home sale, right? Home sales can take 6 to 12 months. That means we might generate home buyers if we were working with real estate agents as our niche, and we might not get them a client for 6 to 12 months, even though we did a good job. Like, it just takes a lot of time. Their sales cycle is very long. With stem cell clinics, they can make up to $25,000 per patient. Okay, I'll say that again. They can make up to $25,000 per patient, sometimes even more. Stem cell clinics is the type of people where like the patients and the customers for these clinics are people that have obviously there's many ends of the spectrum, but they could have private jets and they could go fly out in their jet to this clinic. So this means we can advertise throughout the entire US for one clinic. They service the entire United States, and then people fly in to go get this treatment. And it's very, very high ticket, and the sales cycle is generally within 2 to 4 weeks, okay? Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less, depending on the clinic scenario. That's why we decided this industry here, and we see this as a massively hot opportunity that no one's taken right now. I've never heard of anyone in this industry. All right. So high level responsibilities is we need to get them qualified, shown up appointments, and make sure they're pre-sold and ready to buy and place salespeople to close on their offer. So kind of this is how this whole sales work. Our price point is going to be right here, $15,000 up front for 3 months. Okay. That's our goal. And then if they want split pay options, we're going to do 18K also for 90 days. Okay, so 90 days is the program length. And our deliverables we're going to be doing is a lot. So for $15,000, we have a lot we need to do. And obviously that's why we're charging this high amount. But we also think it's massively worth it for these clinics because from my understanding, they all want more patients. They all want more customers. And what better way to do this than giving them the entire system, doing an amazing job, and kind of positioning ourselves as like a very long-term like AI agency marketing growth partner, and not just try to sell them some $1,000, $2,000 a month retainer, because that's not going to make us a lot of money if we want to, I guess, unless we were to have a massive volume of clients, which doesn't sound fun anyways. So what we're going to be doing for them is we're going to do video ad scripting. We're going to do ads and sales funnels. So we're going to be running Facebook ads. We're going to be setting up an AI caller for them to handle all appointment setting. And even maybe an AI caller on the back end to also upsell them if they want more agents as well. So we're going to generate leads with the AI, with the ads that we'll also probably use AI for, and also themselves, which I'll talk about in a minute, is the plan currently. And then also our third main deliverable is we're going to be doing closer placement and coaching. So what this means is we're going to be placing literal salespeople, like live US salespeople, like US based salespeople into their clinic to take calls for them virtually over Zoom. The reason we can do this is back to the point I was just saying. We can close, generally these clinics can advertise throughout the entire nation. So people will fly in to go get this expensive treatment. So we can have virtual salespeople that we place for these clinics that they want, that will take these calls for them and close the client, get the deposit, or even get the full upfront payment for the clinic before that person, flies out and goes down and meets them. So that means we're giving an A to Z process to these clinics as our clients, which is extremely valuable, and it's well worth $15K because a couple patients for them could be way more than $15,000. So again, every clinic wants more patients, and we can give them the whole system to do this. And the AI caller will simply act as this middleman to take the lead to pretty much the appointment with this closer, or just directly in person, if the person, I guess, if the clinic is advertising only locally and we're just running ads in their area and people just need to drive to the place, then this AI caller that we're going to implement for them can do that as well. So that's kind of the whole thing. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be writing video ad scripts. So we're going to be going an extra mile, an extra length here, as far as these clinics will be getting video ad scripts from us. So VSL scripts, so video sales letter scripts. This might sound confusing, but it's not. So on their landing page that we direct traffic through from their ads that we create for them, there's going to be a video sales letter there. That's like 4 to 5 minutes. And it's going to be recorded by the doctor inside the clinic. And this is going to give a massive amount of trust. And from my understanding, this is what every one of these clinics want. Just there's very few agencies going this level of far when it comes to service delivery, because I want our clients to absolutely crush it when we close them. So that all being said, we're going to be giving video ad scripts to the doctors inside these clinics to film videos to put on their landing page that we direct traffic to from the ads. And also they're going to be filming video ads as well. So we're going to be testing for these clients image ads and video ads that they film, and then we'll make AI image ads because I know how to do that. And those generally perform very well. So this is our offer here, 150 appointments in 90 days. I think this is very possible because we're having them to pay at least $100 a day in ad spend on Meta. This isn't even including our fee. This is not paid up front. This is just Facebook that bills them weekly. And ideally, clients spend $200 a day. That's our goal. So overall, that's kind of what we've done so far throughout the agency. We've kind of just made this doc, and this is our entire program so far. And this is our deliverables, our pricing, our niche, everything like that me, Wyatt, and Peter came up with. So really the next steps we need to do is when we need to set up ads, and we need to set up the back-end system for these clients, like inside of, more so for us inside of GoHighLevel, so we can close clients. So setting up our back-end automations, our calendars, our funnels, all that type of stuff, and then setting up the actual Facebook ads. So as I'm sure you're going to see here soon, hopefully, throughout the next days, what we're going to be completing is our job is to get this agency up off the ground as soon as humanly possible. So we need to do a lot of things in this case. So when it comes to the ad side of things, we are going to be hiring a UGC creator that we have a contact to. It's one of these more like so attractive females that just, I guess, perform well and, does well on camera pretty much when it comes to reading off these scripts. I think we already have a connection to her. She's already done some work for Peter and also done a little bit of work for us as well. So we're going to use her. We're going to send her scripts probably today or tomorrow. And she's going to film it and get it back to us ASAP because, again, our goal with this agency is to get this launched ASAP, super, super, super fast. So we're gonna have this UGC creator create video ads for us that are gonna be ads that we run for our agency to close and book these clinics on our calendar. And then we need to hire someone on Upwork that I have a contact to get us pretty much an entire list of all the stem cell clinics inside the US, a big CSV file. So then we can create what's called a lookalike audience inside of Facebook for an ad set we're gonna run. So this might seem advanced, but again, I'll probably show this throughout this video of us setting this up. But the way we're gonna structure our ad campaign to close clients and to book sales calls is we're gonna have, since we're gonna spend probably about $500 a day off the bat, we're gonna have a broad ad set, we're gonna have an interest stack ad set, and then we're gonna have a lookalike audience ad set. So 3 different ad sets that spend at different amounts every single day. So probably like $160 a day each, $170 a day each, whatever equates to $500 a day. And we're gonna test throughout these different audiences. So broad, interest, and lookalike. So those marketers that are watching this, you guys know what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna show this throughout this video, so I don't wanna get too complex here as I talk right now. But I guess end of day one, this is kind of just wrapping up day one. We've figured out our industry, our niche, our offer, everything. We have a big list of things that we need to complete. So I have a bunch of things I need to do. Wyatt has a bunch of things he needs to do. And then Peter has a bunch of things we need to do, or he needs to do. So we're going to be setting up a Slack channel for ourselves to organize everything and to keep kind of, I guess, team chats organized so we can communicate. And then hiring these UGC creators, hiring this person to scrape this lead lists of all the stem cell clinics in the US to make this audience on Facebook, and setting up the back end and GoHighLevel. There's a lot of stuff to do. So I know this probably sounds overwhelming, and I'm kind of overwhelmed, but I guess this kind of wraps up day one. Really, we've got everything, the main key parts down. Now we just got to start building out the foundation for it. So that being said, guys, that's end of day one, and I'll see you guys in day two. All right, guys, this is day two of everything. Currently building this agency, and it's been nonstop. So kind of what the phase we're in right now is building all the back end operations and systems. Like, I just cranked out a ton of workflows. I could probably just even show you guys right now. If I turn this around and I show you guys some of like what this is we have right here, like we've got this workflow, built this out. And for context, this platform here, if you didn't already know, is called GoHighLevel, and it's the best CRM platform I use for all my websites, automations, calendars, etc. throughout this entire video, which you will see. And in this video below in the description, you're going to get a link that you can sign up for a 30-day free trial. Plus, you're getting an email right as you sign up with a link with this snapshot that you can import all the resources I currently use inside your own GoHighLevel account, so you can just speed run all the time it took me to build all of it out. So yeah, let's jump back into it. We have many other workflows around building everything out. So no shows, we've got a lot of marketing automations here, and then connecting it all to Google Sheets. So we have the assets inside of Google Sheets and everything's being tracked. And then if I go back to over here, we've got another one. So overall, it's been literally just kind of like a ton of backend setup, the super boring stuff. I'm about to jump on a call with Peter and maybe Wyatt in just a few minutes, or probably like 20 minutes, to go over kind of what we need to get everything marketing-wise set up, because we need to make sure we have our closer, we need to make sure we have our setter, and we're going to go to launch, because what we're going to be doing with the marketing side of things, like I might clue in some clips when we jump on the call, but really the big thing here is going to be, we're going to be setting up a lookalike audience. For those of you guys that are familiar with what that is, we've got a lookalike audience of all big stem cell clinics inside of the US. And we're going to be hitting them with that. And then we already have the ads made through UGC creators and everything there. So really the big thing is just making sure we have everything on the back end set up. So then once we do have the talent in, as in the people on the sales team, they can just execute what they need done, and there's not a bunch of operational complexity on the back end. So that being said, about to jump on with Peter here soon. We're going to figure out what we need to do next to just make sure we can get ads up. I think all the back end stuff is pretty much set up, maybe a couple calendars, and then we need A2P verified. Other than that, it's going to be rocking and rolling. We're going in head on. This is like, we're going to be spending probably $250 to $500 a day on ads off the bat. And we're looking for closes pretty early. We're looking to really get deals through fast, and we can improve fulfillment super fast. So while Wyatt was building the back-end systems and automations, Peter and I jumped on to discuss what the UGC creator sent us, and then also the person who sent us the lookalike audience list. Should we populate the pixel now or no?
Yeah, if you can go back in and change it there yourself. You just need to change a data set ID and which is a pixel ID and the access token. It really is
Okay,
not
so
hard.
I'm gonna make a new pixel now, and then should we just upload the custom audience tomorrow?
You can do it tonight. I'm gonna upload it back into the useful resources. I'm gonna upload it there.
Okay, and then just upload it as custom list, and then we'll wait to make lookalikes out of it.
Yeah, do a 1% and then do a 1 to 2%. That's literally all we need. We don't need anything to be more complicated.
All right, cool. Sounds good. I know we're meeting tomorrow, so we'll just talk then about that. Just send me that list, and then automations, picks will be done tonight. Hopefully, Y can get a hold of the closer, and then I'll pull it up some Instagram stories right now. Big objectives for day 3 was getting our entire VSL funnel set up that would be sending all traffic to for all potential clients through our ads that we're going to run. Wyatt was in charge of this, so he helped get all that done. And then we also had our UGC creator finish all of her recording, and we got it sent to our editor to get edited so we could throw it up on the page literally in under probably 30 hours. So we got a lot of speed there, which was great. All right, guys, so quickly recap on what we've completed. This is mainly Wyatt that set this up, but we had our UGC creator right here, as you can see, make a quick video, which is just a VSL. I think it is just about 4 minutes long. And whole point is on this page here. Of course, I'm gonna have to blur URLs and whatnot. But we're gonna send all of our traffic from ads to this page here. So it's got our guarantee and offer up at the top, regenerative medicine and stem cell clinics, and them some questions and whatnot, and make sure they are 100% qualified as they come through. And then if they answer questions that are not qualified, we won't send the data back with our pixel. So we don't optimize for people that are unqualified. So showed today, but kind of boring day, boring setup. Really just set up the funnels and made sure the whole back end is good to go for automations and whatnot. Because again, we're planning on launching ads here very, very shortly, and we need to make sure everything is top notch. Biggest things going into day 4 was to make sure we can get some hiring applicants. So I put up an Instagram story offering a closer position, and then also making sure our ad setup is ready to go with our editors.
All right.
Cool.
What's missing to launch? We need a setter, we need a
Setter.
salesperson.
Yeah.
Right, this is not bad at all. So we have, yeah, they're actually pretty high quality as well. My video editor's editing all the videos as well. No, we need a free call actually. We don't have the free call.
Okay. Want me to film one?
Yeah, you
Let's have
could.
a closer to it.
Yeah, that's probably better. If we
Cool.
have the closer
That's
to
what we'll
it.
do. Have you heard from that guy that you connected me with through email? He hasn't gotten back to me at all. When it comes to this closer, do you want me just to hire someone? I'll speak to your guy first, but if it's looking like he's not going to get back to us, I mean, it seemed like all the automations and back end is complete. I did it all today and last night. All I got to do is do a few new emails for just new leads to nurture them. We could
Yeah.
get this thing realistically. I don't know about the ad side. We could be launched Monday if we have a closer. But right
Yeah,
now
we
we
can.
don't. So I can
We
make an
can.
impulse decision and talk to a guy who's good. He's not the best in the world, but he'll get the job done 25, 30%. If you're cool with that, we can do that. Or if your guy reaches out, I can
I would
talk to
aim,
him.
I would aim to get a good closer because again, we're gonna need, especially once we
Yeah,
get a
I
closer, we're gonna
agree.
need to hammer this guy, and really train him up just to see him leave after a week.
Dude, we've got 53 applicants on the
Oh yeah, this is pretty
setter.
good. We have Loom videos, right? Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll review all of these and I'll get a group call
We got
going.
40 to 50 applicants on each. Not bad.
Yeah, I'll just get group calls going and then I'll do interviews and I'll pick a good ass dude.
So
Yeah, so if
pre-call, you'll get that today. We'll try to get hiring done by tomorrow, latest Monday. Hopefully Wyatt can clutch on the interviews and whatnot. And then ads side of things, we just need that from the editor. I'm gonna upload this lookalike audience list. What else is there? Is that it?
Can't think of anything. Assuming we get these setters and closers, let's say Sunday, Monday, how far would we be from launching after that?
We launched literally same day, probably.
Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So later that same day, Peter and I decided to meet again because the editor sent over all of the video ads that the UGC creator sent over, and I think we had a total of 39 ads after it was all said and done. All right.
Right.
Your
I
editor finished
know,
ads, yeah?
I believe so. He uploaded me a lot of stuff. So look at what we got.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. This guy's been
Fuck, dude.
printing.
Jesus
Hold on.
Christ.
Schedule that's optimized for that. Okay.
Was it
I
180?
think we're gonna do. I mean, we're gonna do 3 campaigns. So we're gonna do the hammer them as well. So it's gonna be 150 if we want to spend 500. No, hold on. Do 160. Do 160. And then yeah, United States. Make sure the language is English. Show more controls. I do English only because I definitely do not want to get like
English
Spanish
to all,
people.
right?
Yeah.
That's it here.
Yep.
And keep advantage on.
Yeah. Go back to broad real quick. Go all the way down. Show suggestions there on the. Yeah, okay, this is all fine. Go above, show suggestions. Yeah.
Oh yeah, recommended looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's the same. I'll do. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, just keep it as it is for this. No, actually, no,
Click
no, no, no,
quality.
no. Do the original. Do the original. It will get cropped anyways. Yeah, that's a 4/5. The ratio.
I mean, if you want me to tell you a way, I know how to do it. Everyone that hits
Oh
our
no, I
onboarding
see.
form
I see
page,
it.
we
I
can hit
see it.
them.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that for the onboarding forms.
Just be website activity, yeah, in just 180 days. So we wrapped up day 4, completing up all the ad setup, and then we jumped off call, me and Peter, and then I spent the rest of the night just setting up the entire campaign with all 39 ads and every single ad set, making sure we have the skeleton with the campaign that's ready to launch, and then Peter and I decided to jump on the next day in the morning to review everything before we hit launch.
Yeah, I do.
Cool. So currently, here's what we've got set up. So we got broad. Every ad is named with hook CTA script, so we can
Nice.
identify.
Yeah, exactly. So we can recognize which are performing and which are not. Because if they're all named like add one, copy, 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 it's always a fucking mess. All right.
All right, perfect. Lookalike here. This looks good. Yeah, 1%, 1 to
Nice.
2%.
Yep.
Let me check budget. Yeah, 160 a day on each.
Cool.
And then interest stack. What are we running for interests? Personal care.
Content. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That's it. How big is it? It's 5 million people. That should be good. Yeah, and then
That's
Facebook
it.
is just gonna do its thing. We're gonna do all genders. All right.
Everything's set up, bro. We're ready to go.
Fuck yes.
1600. Holy ads, bro. All right, we're launching. Review and publish. Let's go. Absolutely launched. All right, we'll see how these ads do. Hopefully they do well. So as you saw there, we just launched ads, and this is literally like not even a week later. we're launching ads, which is crazy. We did that so fast, and I mean, it's just the speed was what was important. Like we all had our own task, and we all like divided up to go do it. You know, like building out complex automations, having UGC actors film stuff, getting things edited, having the sales team hiring people, closer and a setter within like literally 4 days. Like, oh yeah, and it's probably worth mentioning right here that we did end up hiring 1 closer and 1 phone setter to take calls, and these people were hired through the application forms that I threw up on my Instagram story, which was referred earlier in this video, that I put them up and we got a bunch of applicants. Wyatt ended up having group calls, and we found out a couple good people that you guys will see here soon. Like, this is the type of stuff when we put this amount of money into something, or when you're trying to scale a business at a big amount, you guys, I'm sure like those of you guys that are watching this that have done that before, you guys can relate. But like when there's a lot on the line, you have to act, and it's not even like there's a possibility of anything like that happening. So yeah, literally 1 week later, almost a little bit less than a week later, we've launched everything. Ads are now up. So again, they just got to go through the review process within Meta. Hopefully they all get approved, and then we are booking appointments, and sales calls start tomorrow. So we'll see. Everything's pretty much built out. I think Wyatt has built some stuff out already with Peter on their own time for the sales guys as around presentations, slide deck, and just pitch decks. So we're going to see, obviously on the sales calls, how they do there. I'll probably review some of that later today. And yeah, that's, I guess, how fast you can do this stuff. So hopefully results come in and we're looking strong. So for day 6, not much happened. What I did realize happened is our A2P verification within our GoHighLevel account didn't get verified. So this was a massive mistake and kind of big miss we made because we started spending money on ads before we could even text people that would opt into our funnel. So day 6 was literally just spent making sure we could get our A2P approved. We paid extra so we could hopefully get it verified quicker. And then going into day 7, we started off with a team call. So A2P wasn't verified in the account. So we were like, all right, well, if we keep running ads, we're going to get a bunch of leads that can't even get texted to. So we applied for that again last night. Hopefully gets approved today, and then we just turn them back on today, and we start getting appointments through the door. We're going to be spending $500 a day. Tyler, and is it on
Oh, my bad. This is still my brother's it's my brother's
Okay.
account, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. So whole point is we're gonna be spending $500 a day just off the gate, just ripping it pretty hard. I don't know how many appointments we're gonna be seeing per day that will go on, I think, your calendar first, right, Tyler? And then you'll qualify, make sure they're good, and then hand them off right over to Jacob. So just for full context, we're going to do what's called a 2-call close with all of our prospects, meaning we're going to have Tyler, who you guys will see in just a second, who's going to be our phone setter, take quick 20-minute calls to qualify prospects before they actually are handed off over to Jacob, who is going to be our main closer and take these calls. So we are doing what's called a 2-call close, and that's why we've hired 2 salespeople off the gate. So we'll see kind of how that comes through, but we don't know until we see it. But are you guys fully set up? I know Peter will be back in a couple minutes. Are you guys fully set up with everything you need, Tyler, Jacob, for your parts, setting and then closing?
Yeah, pretty much good to go. Literally all that I need is the payment links.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'll get those sent to you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll give you access to the WAP account so you can make your own.
Okay, cool.
And then I think on my end, it's just the pre-call page to send.
Yeah, I
send it to
sent
you right
that
now.
to you in DMs, Tyler.
Oh, okay. Let me check.
We got a squad of killers, dude. I'm so excited for this. This is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, this is gonna be huge.
Here,
Oh, yeah.
I'll send you a pre-call in the chat right now. So we got this.
Oh,
Right?
perfect.
Good shit on that pre-call video, by the way, Jacob. Knocked
Thanks,
that
man.
out.
Honestly, first time I've done one.
Nah, you're good. What we've seen, honestly, is through data, like if the closer, who's obviously gonna, like, I guess, give the final pitch and whatnot, to the prospect, actually makes this video, it's a good expectation, sort of like alignment.
Yeah. I mean, the thing I used to do is very similar to kind of what Wyatt was talking to me about yesterday. He sent me a voice note. It was honestly just sending the prospect a personalized message. That's what we used to do.
100%. So we've got that dialed. Tyler, you got the script, everything you need. Obviously, you just got that pre-call link.
Yeah, but I got the new one with not Diego, was Jacob.
So I would say the biggest expectation things just going into this, once we have ads launched and A2P is approved, is we're just going to have to see how it goes for the first few days. Obviously, that's why we're spending a lot of money to just get through that process, because we don't want you guys sitting around. That's not why we brought you on. For context, I'm not sure how much Peter and Wyatt have told you both, but we're looking to scale this fast. Like, we're looking to hit 100K a month plus within the next like 60, 90 days, like pretty fast, if not, within the next 30 to 40, depending on how fast we can get in clients. So it's only 10 clients really paying that 10 grand. So, are you guys both clear on like the price points? I assume, Jacob, you understand kind of everything you're pitching on the call. You have like a sales deck or whatnot.
From what I understood, it was 15 PIF, 18 if it was payment plan.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
And then you understand like the deliverables around it and whatnot.
Yeah. I got a whole slide deck from Wyatt. So I pretty much understand it all.
Okay, perfect. And then for you, Tyler, as far as sort of like, I guess, outline framework goes for the intro call, you're understood on that end?
Yeah, I watched a couple of different videos and as well did a little bit of training these like past 2 days. And then, it's just kind of going to be a learning curve or, just kind of going back and forth, feeding off from each other for me and Jacob, just kind of figuring out what I need to do on my end to, what other questions I need to ask him. So.
Yep. All right, guys. So that wraps up day number 7. Obviously, pretty successful team call. You guys got to meet the team and who I'm working with here. And now going into day number 8, the A2P verification process got approved within GoHighLevel, so we were good to go. I turned on ads, and then going into day number 9, I quickly made an update video, so we'll just jump into day number 9 right now. All right, guys, it is kind of the next day. I don't know where I left off of last time, but essentially we launched ads, and then we had to pause them because we figured out our A2P wasn't approved, which was super, super annoying. So right here, if I show the trust center real quick, we got it finally approved. Again, you guys understand this stuff can be super, super annoying with A2P and all that, but we're all good to go now, so we should be totally all in the green. And ads have been live. I turned them on yesterday right as I saw it got approved. It spent a lot over last night. I don't know why, but it like really overspent. I think this is just like a Facebook thing. Like I've ran a bunch of ads, but I guess I haven't really seen it overspend like this. So again, we're spending $500 a day, about 15K a month, and it seems like last night alone it spent about $1,000, or last night to now. So it's, I guess, been about maybe a little bit under a day, so $1,000 and that time frame is kind of crazy for $500 a day. I think it's just kind of unequal as it tests. But we have right here, we currently have $233 per schedule, 6 schedules so far, and about 1.4K spent. That is from the start, so I don't think we had A2P for like the first $400 of that. But if we check our calendar right here, we have like 6 bookings, I think. I think a few of these are kind of people that need to get deleted because they were just like funnel hackers or something. Not entirely sure. We'll figure it out. But the point is we've got ads live now. And actually what happened was Facebook decided to spend all of like a lot of the money from last night straight onto image ads, because I left one image in every single ad set that also had like 30 videos. And for those of you guys that know how Facebook and Meta works, like they almost always prioritize the spend straight to go to images instead of the videos in the scenario. So literally all these videos got no spend. So that's kind of where all the money went. So I had to turn them off because obviously video ads are just going to get much, much higher quality people. So, I mean, you guys probably saw how many ads we're running right now, but it is a lot. Okay. So currently have all these live right now. And yeah, it all ends up. So these are the ones I turned off down here. And again, look how much spent it got literally on these right here. So, and it got most of the leads as well. So videos to spend. So even if it's a bit higher cost per lead or cost per call, I'm totally fine with it because we're going to get higher quality in return. We're going to close at a much higher rate. So yeah, guys, that being said, that's kind of the quick update here. I'm not sure what I'm going to include next, but I'll see you guys in the next clip.
All right, guys, so that wraps up day 9, and headed into day 10, I'm going to start doing just daily recaps on every single day and also putting up a counter of total revenue, total cash collected, so revenue on how much contract value clients have paid us, to cash collected, how much cash we've actually collected, and then total profits. So as of right now, we're negative about $2,000, a little over $2,000, just from the ads we've been spending. It's kind of overspent in the past few days. Not totally sure why. It's just kind of a Facebook thing. And just keep in mind, this number is generally going to be a little bit higher because I'm looking just end of day at the Facebook dashboard. And when I record these recaps, sometimes it's earlier at night. So yeah, let's head into daytime recap.
All right, guys, today we are going to be kind of just doing a quick review of how everything did. Currently waiting in the Zoom room for a call for me, Wyatt, and Peter. About to check in on things for the end of the day. Here are the metrics right now. So if I go to today, currently spent about 1.8K, about $200 cost per schedule. Pretty happy with this, to be honest. It's going to go a lot lower. We're just still in testing phase, and this industry just has a much higher, I would say, cost per call, and it's kind of regular. And I'll talk about kind of the results with the sales stuff in a minute, but I'm gonna kind of just go through and show you guys some of the metrics. So we started with running image ads, and these image ads were getting absolutely, like, it was getting good cost per lead, but it was just getting like just low intent people. Like, I just don't want image ads to be where we get our leads. I might launch a separate campaign with them, but currently we're focusing all of our spend on all of our UGC ads. So these are video ads. We're going to just see how they do over time and kind of leave it at that. So right here today, our setter got his first appointment. He actually set 3 people. So 1, 2, and then he got his third one right here. Yep, another one booked, third one. So we got 3 demos booked today, which is really, really good. We had a sales call actually as well. So one person wanted to book in for today. They were just urgent. We were like, cool, we'll take it now. With one of these stem cell clinic owners. And if I go to, where is it? Disposition right here. Finished call. They were starting a new clinic, but they didn't have it up and running yet. So they didn't have the actual stem cell treatments. So they couldn't go through with it. So that was kind of the big issue there. He was sold on the offer itself, but just didn't have any locations to open at the moment. So it just kind of wasn't a fit. It was our setter. He just
again, this is our first appointment, first demo. So our setter just needs to be a little bit harder on qualification there. But overall, pretty happy with this. Like, again, so we've spent about 1.8K. We're spending $500 a day. The first $400 actually was spent on A2 when we didn't have A2P set up. So I think you guys probably heard that earlier, but like we couldn't even keep going because A2P wasn't set up proper. So everyone that would have been opting in would have been just a complete waste. So we had to turn off ads, then return them on. So we spent about 1.2K now without it, or with A2P on, because we got it approved, and we've already gotten 3 demos booked, one of them already taken, and we have more intro calls tomorrow. So yeah, we got about actually 5 intros tomorrow, but I think a couple of them aren't real, so we'll see. But pretty good day, pretty happy with this. Our closer, I think, has another demo as well, I think tomorrow or Wednesday, and then the other person was booked for next week. So that's kind of the update on today. That's how our ad results are looking. We're about to jump on a kind of quick team call, schedule out the rest of the week, and figure out how we're going to continue to scale and make changes where needed. So, yeah, dude, we so the demo that happened today, that person was wanting to start a stem cell clinic, but we didn't realize, like, we didn't have an offer for him to start it.
Damn, it'd be hard for them to teach them how to start a stem cell clinic.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't have the actual supply for stem cells. I don't think that was.
I texted in the group. We could just ask that client, that prospect, say, hey, by the way, I know we have this person right here that is looking for this for a supplier. Do you know anybody?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So who knows? But that's how the call went today. Dude, not bad so far though.
Fucking great, dude.
How do you think? Yeah, I mean, you're pretty satisfied with things right now, aren't you, Peter?
We're moving in the right direction. We're definitely gonna need to work a little bit on the cost per call, but I'm trying to assess, okay, what is it that's giving us a high cost per call? And I mean, honestly, I would just let it rip a little bit for a few more days before we make any stupid
It is
change.
fairly high, wouldn't you say? I feel like 200 for intro, even
It is
higher
pretty-
right now.
That is true, but you also got to take a look at the quality. One thing huge mistake that I made is I had my lookalike, and my lookalike has been the ad set that has been running forever, for like 2 years, and it
Yeah.
always brought in pretty qualified people. And last month I got greedy and I said, well, how can I lower my cost per call? And I saw that was the one with the highest cost per call, so I turned it off. And
Yeah.
what it turned out to be is had a higher show rate, higher intro to demo because they were more qualified, higher demo show rate, and a higher close rate, and lower cost per acquisition. And I made a mistake.
Hmm. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm afraid of giving more spend to these image ads.
We just gotta let them rip. Take a look at before we make a lot of changes, because a lot of
Image
changes
ads are off. Image ads are off because they were literally eating every little bit of spend. So we have all video right now, and that's what I wanted to have spent in the first place. If we want to run image, we can just have them under a separate ad set. I think that's probably better, so they don't eat all the spend from the videos.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of statistics, we don't have enough data. Simply, I just made this tweak. That's the one that we're looking
Yeah,
for.
cost per unique click. It's just they all need more spend. It's kind of slow.
Yeah, it's the cost per unique click is all right. It's okay. I would just let it rip again, honestly. And the fact that we're gonna have these are more than okay metrics for stem cells. My cost per click isn't this low. We had a guy that just wanted to do it today.
Yeah, that was the guy who we thought was gonna close fucking today. Ends up this dude doesn't even have a clinic. He has money, like he's very loaded. He's just like he doesn't even have like the stem cells to sell.
So we're gonna have to add this in Tyler's pre-qualification probably. Are you actively like running a clinic? Like
Yeah,
that shit should have been
I'm pretty
asked.
sure we asked that on the discovery form.
So if I check overall data, we're looking at
What's the difference between a cost per unique link click and a cost per landing page view? They're the same, right?
yeah, it's the same.
Oh yeah, so it's about $15 here, 86 on another one, 24.
Whoa, CPM shot up today, dude. Our average CPM over the past few days is $93, but today it's 400. I think it's just too little. It's too early to look at all this shit, to be fair. Like if I look at today and yesterday,
We got
$146 per schedule. If I look at today, we've gotten 0 schedules.
what? No.
220 spent. Remember, yesterday the image ads were on.
Oh yeah, that could be a reason why. What's the difference between dispositions and booked?
Dispositions are like the results of the call, and booked is booked.
Interesting. All right, so you guys have that now.
Disposed. It's just demo outcome pretty much. All right, so what's the plan here? Let it rip a bit more. We'll fix the data. You're gonna fix this on the acquisition tracker.
How long have we when have we launched the ads? Was it just a few days ago, right?
Yeah, about 2 days ago. It was on
Gonna take-
Saturday night
Start seeing
or Friday night.
closes. So that's totally normal.
It was actually it was Saturday night after the event. So it's literally been 48 hours.
Yeah. Way too early to make changes. Just
Yeah.
let it rip.
Anything else we got to cover? We got next meetings lined up. We got a few intros, 5 intros tomorrow on the calendar.
Fuck yes.
And we got these ads cooking. So that wraps up day 10 on the team call, and now headed into day 11. Here's the quick recap. All right, guys, today we are reviewing November 11th. So it is the next day. Lead cost has definitely gone up. We've spent about 2.4K now. And plan here is, so originally we got all of our leads from these static ads because they were going and they were pumping out leads for about this cost. Now we've been spending on all these video ads, but they've been getting kind of no leads. Here and there we will get some, but majority we're not getting a lot. So we need some more volume. So we bumped these ad sets down to 100 a day each. We're going to put up we're going to put up an image ad set at about 200 a day here shortly, probably later tonight. And we're going to get it going there because lead cost has definitely gone up. I think we booked about 2 intros today, but we can see from the intro dispositions on just intro kind of outcomes, how the intro calls went. We had Dr. Jennifer who had a call today. Quality was pretty good. We booked, I think, 2 people into demos directly from intros because if I see we had here intros booked, 2 here today, and 2 of these people were put straight into, obviously, demos. And then if I go to demo dispositions, today we had someone, and it was literally, I must not have put in this chat, but it went well. I'll probably show the call recording of it or something. It was just someone who got burned by a lot of other marketing agencies. I think they spent about 50K on agencies in the past year, and none of them have been good. So it was one of those. But we just need to get more reps in. So we just need more calls, and that's the big thing here. So we can't sustain this lead cost, so we're going to have to switch some things up and get around this. So that being said, that's kind of what this looks like so far for today. Not an amazing day, but not a bad day. A couple demos booked. I think we got one tomorrow as well. So we'll see how that goes. And constantly improving and just really need to dial in the ads. That's kind of the main thing now. So definitely switching this more to an image type because if I see here, the lead cost has definitely been rising. Look, 288 spent here, 252 spent 300. And we didn't get any leads up here. So obviously we have some work to do. So that being said, that's the update. And
On.
This meeting is being recorded.
Good, man. I mean, you're making me stay up past my bedtime.
You sleep that late?
I get up at 4 and I go to bed at 8, man. So we don't really have that much time. You mind if we just jump right into it?
Please do.
Hey, for sure. So, like Tyler was telling me, you were looking to get more advanced kind of marketing help to grow the stem cell portion of your service, right?
Yeah, cash business, stem cell, hormone replacement therapy, anything to do with cash business.
Anything to do with cash business. Okay. I mean, what did you see in the ad that kind of prompted you to book the call?
I have no idea. I think it's just we do stem cell, but nothing organized. We do hormone replacement. We do anti-aging.
Mhm.
Joint injections, we do vitamin therapy, but we're looking to get more organized, do it more on an organized way. We have plenty of patients in-house, but all of our patients are insurance business.
Yeah, it's an A to Z kind of deal. And my question is, what kind of made you feel that you needed the marketing help in the first place?
Well, I don't know what I need, whether it's marketing help or internal funnels or other things like that. But I just need, we are not, if you're going to do another $1.5 million worth of cash business, we need something different than what we're doing. We're doing
Okay.
no marketing,
Mhm.
period.
Okay. And
No advertisement, period. Our website is not up to par.
Mhm.
Everything that you could say is not what it needs to be.
And
That's
what's
it.
making you say that?
Because I'm very realistic in what I do.
Okay.
You know,
I mean, my question is, how many patients are you guys currently getting off the stem cells?
maybe 10 a month
With what you're doing right now?
with what I'm doing right now.
I mean, are you satisfied with that?
Obviously not.
I mean, why not? Some people are.
I mean, I'm looking to do maybe about 30 stem cells a month,
Okay.
hormone replacements, maybe another 10 or 20 hormone replacements.
I mean, that's why most people come to us kind of in the first place is to get more patients. But my question is like, can you give me a little bit of a breakdown on what you're doing to get those patients right now?
Zero. We
Zero.
have patients in the office. We talk about anti-aging. They're interested in hormone replacement.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna pull up this slide really quick. Just while I'm doing that, on that piece of paper, just write down for me really quick the number one, leave a few spaces, the number two, and then a few spaces and the number three. Okay, so the first thing I want you to write down is next to that number one, write down video advertisements.
Mm-hmm.
Then number two, I want you to write down qualification process. And then
Mm-hmm.
number three, I want you to write down sales team.
Mm-hmm.
So the first way we do all of this is we run your video ads for you. Now, the whole point of these video ads is to generally give people an idea of the stem cells, give them a pain, the problem, show them a solution, and show them through a story why stem cells would be the exact same or the exact right thing for them. After that point, once they've watched the ad, we send them to a point where we qualify them. So at this point, we're going to ask a bunch of questions. For example, medical stuff, if they've had a history with cancer, for example, diabetes, any sort of other qualifications that might be necessary for your service. At
Mm-hmm.
which point, that's all going to be sent to our sales team, right? Our sales team is going to qualify every single person based off of the inputs that they put, and they're going to be able to close them after qualifying to make sure they have the money necessary for the service. At which point, once they're already fully closed, do we send them to your office, fully pre-sold? Does that make sense? In terms of the financials and the money, that's kind of the easiest part, right? I'll get to explaining all that for you. But what's important to me is that you feel that this process would actually work for your business. So the process is very simple. So what we would do is I would collect all the payment and all of that stuff, and then we would get you on call with our onboarding team,
So
and they would
what
get
payment
everything
will
done.
you collect from me? What is it
So
that?
it's $15,000 for the entire 150 clients directly to your business to get you to those extra 150,000, $250,000 months. It's just going to be that one-time payment of $15,000.
Over what period of time?
Well, the whole 90 days.
Now, how do you assure me,
Mhm.
or what references can you give me that you can actually deliver this
Yeah,
$15,000 worth of
for
patients?
sure. I mean, what's going to make or break the deal for you to move
Exactly.
forward today, man?
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to make the deal.
For sure, right? And the question comes down to the service, right?
Yeah,
If we could make a guarantee for you, right?
yeah,
Would you be able to move forward? Because the reason I'm bringing this up is we don't like clients relying on it because we don't want clients to think this is just going to be a massive walk in the park, right? Because
yeah.
we will take on all the responsibility and we do make this easy. But we don't want clients to think that, hey, I'm just going to get these patients magically in my clinic. It's going to be super easy to deliver. And then they
Mhm.
just end up falling back on the guarantee.
All right, so from that recording right there, you guys saw obviously that was a no close. Jacob just could not get through to him. And later this night on day 12, me, Wyatt, and Peter decided to jump on a call because we decided on making a quick change within the team and just getting rid of Tyler, who was our setter.
Already had
We
a
can't
convo with him.
delete Tyler's contact until all these calls that have been set with Tyler are gone, because if not, we won't see him.
We could assign him to Jacob, or yeah, we could just have Tyler book them in, and then from now on they'll go to Jacob.
No, I mean, if we can assign him to Jacob, I'd much rather
I was gonna
just
say
do
the same
that.
thing. Let's
The
just
only
assign
thing
Jacob.
is, these automations said, "Hey, it's Tyler," blah blah blah. So that would be the only worry.
I don't think it's gonna be. It happened to
I
us.
don't
We've
think it's
done
a
it.
big deal either.
I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the short go down or anything.
Yeah, no, I agree. Cool. So you want to do that? You want to get rid of Tyler? I'll get rid of him tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we can do that. And then I'm gonna tell Jacob. I want him to learn so he starts to self manage himself. I want to teach him, or maybe you could just teach him just how to assign the calls to himself.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll make that change tomorrow. Wyatt, if you want to just get him out, we'll have Diego just take all the call, or not Diego, Jacob take all the calls tomorrow. And then we were reviewing some of the ad metrics. We're giving it time. Obviously, me launching those image ads last night, like they're crushing. It's going to be lower intent, but we're still letting the videos rip. I think it's just a sub niche, bro. I think it's just expensive cost per call. Like if you're telling me 8 out of 10 people are showing up and a lot of these guys have money, like that's a great sign
I mean,
where
everybody's had
Jacob
money.
starts taking more calls. Like
we've only.
So right there, as you can see, we made the decision to get rid of our setter Tyler, and now on to the day 12 recap. All right, guys, what's up, people? It is November 12th as I'm recording this right now, and currently we are right now. Here are the updates. You guys probably just saw the call with Peter and Wyatt. We're kind of making some decisions as far as things go. I think you guys saw me last night. I turned on these 2 ad sets, so they were image only. The results are pretty crazy, you guys can see. So it's over the past 12 days. Currently, right now in spend, we are right up to about 3.1K. $21 per lead here, 74 here. 311 here. Yeah, so that's how they all look right now. Obviously, these 3 are videos only. We got Interstack lookalike broad, and then we got images only broad here. Crazy. 21 is nuts. So biggest things we're doing today and updates is I'll kind of give you guys an update on the calls, but we're going to be firing our setter. We're going to be letting him go just because we think our closer can just self-set and he'll do a better job because there were some problems with just him today. He's still a great setter, like top talent, but I think just we made the decision. I think just having our closer self-set would be easier. So of course he's going to get an extra 5% commission, but it's okay with that. I'm all right with that. As long as we make more money, and then we're good. So that's how the ad metrics look so far. So obviously these crushing it, going to let these continue to do their thing. Of course, with the image, the quality is going to be a lot lower. So intent from leads is lower compared to the video. So that's why we're just going to let these run. We're not going to make any drastic changes too early yet. If I look at these results, CPMs are mass. They're very, very, very high. So again, hopefully over time it goes down, but we're in such a sub niche stem cell clinics, just it's kind of expected. And yeah, all this makes sense and adds up. So yeah, now when it comes to this, we made an acquisition tracker. Not sure if you guys have seen this or not, but yesterday, I spent a lot of yesterday and we spent a little bit today refining some automation, some systems. So now all of our metrics track in here. Before it wasn't. So attribution sources, we can now track where ads are coming from, everything, where leads are coming from. We can track where actual closes come from. So in the GoHighLevel form, we have custom attributions. So when people submit the form, we know exactly which ad they came from. So what's interesting about that is you guys might see $21 per lead here, but we might actually find better results with this one here, 311 per schedule compared to 21, just because we see more closes. We do some math of like how much we spend versus how much we make, and this could literally make more. So it's like, that's why attribution tracking is so important. And we've built out the sheet so it tracks everything. I'm giving this to everyone inside of my mastermind so they have access to it, but it's a process to set up, to say the least. So we've ads tracker, closer tracker, setter log, everything pretty much. At the very bottom, I don't know if you guys can see this or not, DQ tracker, demo tracker and all that, but here's kind of the dashboard. So this is just, we can change the date, of course, to make this accurate. So this will populate tomorrow. There was an issue with the sheet, so we'll see what happens. That hopefully is fixed there. And then when we go over to Slack, intro dispositions. So today looks like no show, so 2 no shows. This person we had on a call for about an hour and a half, I believe. We turned them into a demo, and it was just one of those people where
they just needed referrals, they needed results. So right now we're working on some like objection handling for that and some assets and resources to send people who are kind of just like, hey, let me speak with other clients of yours, blah, 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 because it's a common objection. This guy was no show, and then this guy turned into an appointment, and then this person also turned into an appointment. Now, if I check demo dispositions, this was the actual call recording for today. Of course, I'm gonna have to blur this, but no close, very solid follow-up though. Kind of tried to push it, but yeah, just overall, we're just gonna have to see. We have a couple follow-ups tomorrow. Overall, very happy with things. It's just a matter of making small tweaks like we did yesterday with these ad sets, getting more appointments on the calendar, having our closer self-set and close, so it's just congruent. And we tweaked the automations and the attribution tracking today, so hopefully that will make the process a lot easier. So, guys, that being said, that is the November 12th update. I don't know what day this is total of running this agency, but definitely under 2 weeks. And yeah, we've been cranking. Very happy with things so far. Just need to let things run more and fine-tune things as we go. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Hello. So sorry, Jacob. Just trying to get off my my other call and finally got done with that. So I apologize for a few minutes late here.
No worries. Good. Can you see me well? Can you hear me well? Is everything good?
I can see you well. Yes.
Okay, awesome. I don't see your camera on. What's going on? You hiding from me? Right now, you merged your 3 services, or you had 3 clinics. You merged them into one. Right now, you're doing a lot of chiropractor work. It's low margin. You were looking to get some more cash in there through the stem cell, correct?
Correct.
Okay, awesome. And from what I remember you saying, you were invested with some other marketing agencies in the past?
Yes, we have. We have tested out. Every time I test something out, it's always either 3 months or sometimes extended to 6 months if I feel appealing to do so. But a lot of times it's 3 months, and we tried out about 7 agencies in the last 10 months.
Okay. Yeah.
And we currently on with one right now that we just hired 2 weeks ago. We're launching our campaign next Tuesday.
Right. Okay. And how much are you guys generating roughly right now for every stem cell patient?
We do 0 marketing right now for the stem cell patient.
Okay.
But we average about just cross-selling, right? Cross-selling from our chiropractic clients, patients, and then cross-selling to stem cell regenerative. We're doing about not many, and I'm just like randomly from the top of my head. Last month we had two stem cell patients.
Okay. And roughly what would you say that's bringing in terms of cash?
10,000
expenses.
10,000 a piece.
10,000 a piece after expense?
No, that's just a revenue.
Revenue. So after expenses, it's safe to say around 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because that's where most of our clients tend to be around that 5 or 6 mark. So what was it with those other agencies that you said you liked? The process itself?
The process itself, the last one, I do like the process, right? The process is not lead gen, right? But also has AI assisted program system that actually could set appointment directly into our EMR EHR system. And then so they confirm, they collect the deposits to make sure that there's a show rate is increased. And then they show up, and then what we do best is convert that, that stranger into a long-term client and retain them as long as much, and then to create that long-term value as high as we possibly can. Okay,
makes sense. And I mean, why was that like AI appointment setting thing kind of important to you?
I'm all about automation. And I know human beings, we get sick, we get tired, we get beaten up, we get emotional roller coaster, we have hormone changes, we have holidays, we have weekends, we have relationship, it's everything affects us.
Yeah.
AI work 24/7, 365 days a year.
Okay.
So you cannot ask any more productivity out of a human being like that. You can't.
Okay.
So that means efficiency is going to be off the roof. And then if you get efficiency, your profit margin's off the roof. So that means you do have a business that you can scale and grow.
There you go, right? Easier to scale, easier to grow. Okay, so under number 1, I want you to write down video ads. Under number 2, I want you to write down qualification. And on number 3, I want you to write down sales. Right? So the way that everything's going to work is we're going to run and test about 20 to 25 video ads in the first week, right after launch, right? So we're going to pay a bunch of creators. We're going to get you to create some videos as well, because obviously when you have the person on screen, it's going to build much more authority. And we run this through what's called our celebrity funnel. Basically, we live in a lack of a trust economy, and a big thing in stem cells is educating people. So what we do is we fully educate them through a long VSL funnel in which they're qualified. They fill out an intake form. They basically go through medical qualifications, like do they have any cancer history, diabetes history, anything along those lines that we might need to know, as well as financial qualification. At that point, that's where we get to the qualification, the appointment setting through humans and AI. That's going to call every single lead, qualify them, make sure that they're actually ready for the service, know what the cost is going to be. Then we have a massive follow-up system where they're going to be getting called, reminded, just to ensure the biggest show-up rate possible for the sales team. And there's two options here. One, we can do all the sales for you. We'll hire a US-based closer. He's going to do everything completely for you and send everybody to your clinic after. Or you guys can take our sales training course, use it yourself, train up your team, and you guys can close everything in-house.
How long is your onboarding process?
Onboarding itself, it's about an hour-long call where we get a bunch of information from you, at which we start building everything out. Everything will be up and running: advertisements, tests, Facebook ads, VSL funnel, education, sales rep, AI appointment setter, all within the first week. So you might even be getting patients within the first 7 days.
Really?
Yeah.
And
Sometimes
what
we've
kind
had
of-
cases where it comes on the first day.
What about your CRM? What CRM are we tracking everything?
CRM, we can either integrate it with what you use, or we can use GoHighLevel.
Oh, so you have GoHighLevel. We use GoHighLevel as well, but so we just have to be part of your GoHighLevel and to track everything.
And then
Okay.
you'll also have a dedicated Slack channel with us, 24/7 support with a dedicated client success manager who takes care of everything just in regards to you.
Okay.
Yeah, and then what we do is weekly video updates and bi-weekly calls where we can go over everything together and how we want to strategize and change.
And Madeline, can you retrieve the payment link on your side? I am so technology advanced. I need my team to help me with everything.
Hey, let the doctor do the doctor stuff. Business lady be a business lady.
I'll coordinate with Jalimis. She's also on the line with me right now. So if we have the payment link, we can assist you with processing it.
Okay, perfect.
Payment link's right in the chat there.
So the payment link, is it
Yes,
is it can we do wire transfer or just
Wire
credit
transfer?
card?
I thought you can just put your credit card on there, yeah.
Just credit card?
You can do your credit card. We can do wire transfer if you would like. It's just credit card's generally easiest.
Hey, Jacob,
Going on.
did you see on your sign?
About the payment? Ask
Yep.
Wyatt. He just messaged me. Yep, we got it.
All right.
Awesome. All right, so
All right.
yeah, everything's
On-
signed.
Onboarding call. I'll sign that tonight.
Awesome.
You got my
So-
money, so I'll sign it tonight.
Yeah. Do you want to talk to him tonight, or do you want to talk to him tomorrow in terms of scheduling? Because he can schedule something for later in the day tomorrow. Let's
Well,
get it
thanks
done,
a
Kelly. Have a
bunch.
great night.
Thanks a bunch, Jacob.
All right, guys, as you saw there, successful sales call taken by Jacob. We closed her for $5,000 up front, which puts us at a positive after the ad costs. Now let's head into our day 13 recap. Well, all right, guys, you guys probably just saw the sales call. This is kind of going to be my EOD for November 13. But we just closed the deal. I'm sure you guys can see it on my phone. Currently, it is 8:37 at night. You can see we're using fan basis. A little quick $5,000 deal. Yeah, crazy. Jacob just clutched up. It was very smart to probably get Tyler, who was our setter, off the team. Jacob took this intro this morning from this person and then just scheduled the demo for tonight, same exact day, and it closed. So here's kind of what the stats are looking like total. I think we booked a total of 8 intros, or it was actually 5 intros today so far.
But overall, super happy with this. If I check today, I think that definitely went up. Yeah, 81. Definitely fine with this. So $5,000 deal, baby. Let's go. That's deal number one. And yeah, we're going to keep cranking this up, as you guys know. And this is how it is. Let's go. First of many. So we're going to have to onboard this person and, of course, get more sales through the door. So yeah, guys, that's what it looks like. And yeah, I guess that's EOD for today. Very successful day.
And I mean, just so I can kind of see, you know, with what your current agency's doing, what are they kind of
Well,
doing?
here's what I asked them to build. I asked them to build a quiz funnel. They use Typeform. I didn't know. I don't think that's a clumsy piece. It's not fast. It's not malleable adaptable to special things.
Right.
It was. I just think my agency just doesn't have the experience. They made me market for doctors who aren't sophisticated marketers. So we need a sales funnel, I thought, that would be interactive, mobile friendly, or mobile dominant. I don't care how it works on a laptop. Fast loading. Okay.
And what was it with your previous agency? You said you had one that was kind of a little wild. What was it with them that you thought brought you results?
They claimed they made huge results for repeatedly, and they had a whole system. They had a funnel. They had sales training, because in the end, someone's got to close these prospects and leads.
Like from A to Z, like what criteria would you need to be confident in us reaching the goal of you getting like 30 patients a month from this?
Well, I kind of went this way with meta targeting. I didn't put an age. It kind of figured that out.
All right, so I have it at 6. Just let me know if you got that email.
We're good. Okay, Jacob.
Amazing.
I'm gonna go get something to eat.
All right. It was a pleasure talking to you for the last almost 3 hours. All right. We'll regroup on Wednesday, okay?
Yep, gotcha.
All right. Take care, David.
Thanks. Good night.
All right, so obviously this person was not a close. Jacob couldn't get through to him and just did not end up going how he wanted. But after day 14, quick day 14 recap, since I didn't film a video for it, we're just almost $800 in profit after ad spend. And yeah, now going into day 15, biggest things were actually changing around the ad creatives. So I spent pretty much all day making a brand new batch of AI ads. Peter and I both brainstormed on it, and I just built them all out and implemented them because we realized we were getting a majority of our calls actually from the image ads. And that was what worked really, really well. And it was not the video ads. So we decided to double down on it and just launch a whole new campaign specifically for image ads, as you guys will see right now. So as you guys just saw, I uploaded all of the image ads into a new campaign that I decided to turn on and turn off the old campaign. And biggest thing was just doubling down, like I said, on what works. So that's kind of the recap for day 15. Now headed into day 16, we can quickly do a recap of how things are going. All right, what's up, people? Quick little update. I don't know when the last time was when I checked in. I think it's been a couple days now. It's November 16th as I'm recording this currently. And kind of quick update on these ad campaigns. So a couple things happened just for some testing. So let me get you guys kind of caught up here. So right now, if I include today, so currently, if we look at things, we had about 157 per schedule here. Looks great. But problem was our CPMs were getting really, really high and things were increasing. And who knows, in retrospect, this may have been dumb to turn off. So we're about to find out. I don't know. CPMs are much lower on these, though, compared to over here. Okay, and that is generally a good sign. And the cost per unique click is lower, I would say overall, except right here. This one was super low, but also expensive cost per lead. So we closed the one deal as a 5K up front, 10K total. And here's kind of the thought process here. So what we did is current mentor of mine, when it comes to a lot of advertising, high level stuff, just who I speak with, told me if your CPMs are super high, don't switch ad accounts yet. Just give it a shot with a new page and a new URL. And that's what we tested on here.
So we don't have a lot of data to back anything currently yet. I made everything $100 a day, so these are each spending $100 a day, Interstack, Lookalike, and Broad, and we currently just have a bunch of image ads set up, all right? A bunch of image ads, like I'm telling you a lot. We use AI to make all these, or I used AI to make all these. So that's what it's looking like. Tomorrow, I want to say we have 3 demos on the calendar and then like maybe 2 intros, so it's okay. Sometimes the data tracks wrong, and we did get an appointment, didn't show in here. So that's why we have this whole sheet, so we can track pretty much everyone from spend to cost per booked intro, all the way down to close percent, cost per acquisition, revenue, all that. And this is just looking at literally like the last day. So that's being said, that's how we set it up here. Currently just facing ad fatigue, need to fix ads. That's currently the phase we're in. Not booking enough appointments for currently what I'm wanting. And we just got to see. So kind of waiting it out, just waiting to see how things go. And I'll keep you guys posted. It's a weekend, so it's a Sunday right now. So past couple days have been kind of empty. But tomorrow we've got a few demos, few intros, and just need to see how these ads do. Don't want to cut them off too early. Again, that's like a big mistake a lot of beginners make. You just need to kind of let them spend, even if these numbers seem a little bit scary. But just because we're going after such a sub niche, it kind of does make sense that it is a much higher cost per call. So of course, that's why we have the budget to float this. And now we've closed a client, so this makes this a lot easier, which we'll be onboarding her tomorrow. So that'll be good. But that being said, guys, that's kind of it here. Very tired. And that's a quick update for November 16th.
No worries. Good to put a name to a face, David. How's it going?
Good. Let me blow this up.
No worries.
Here we are.
Yeah, so the idea is control, you want scale and volume, and how many like patients can you actually take on? Like what's your rough capacity? Because I remember you saying you guys are pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, I could take on 15, 20 a week
Mm-hmm.
easily. Yeah.
Okay.
Or are we figuring out the package based on the exam?
So the package would be based on the exam. It really depends because we work with different people who would rather have us help them build out a package set a certain price. And there's
Yeah.
other people who kind of like taking a little bit more hands-on approach, whereas because with some people they might need 1, they might need 2 treatments, they might need 3. It really all is dependent.
Yeah.
And some people like adjusting the price depending on the person, depending on what's necessary. There's a lot of nuance to it, right? So
How do you, I just now you can see me, you know, I had a thought on my mind. So how successful are you at pre-selling the package? And by pre-selling, are you guys collecting the funds as well?
yeah, so there's a few different things that we do when it comes to the actual sales. So we're A to Z, right? Means we go from completely ad qualification, education, setting them on your calendar, or we can take the actual sales call itself, and there's 1 of 2 ways we can do it. 1, we can get a deposit from them, get them into the actual appointment where you finalize everything, or 2, we can just do the whole payment in full on the call. It really all depends on how you would like to do it. So that's going to be the onboarding form. You're just basically going to fill all that out, and then it's going to let you click on the date that you want to book in so you can kind of coordinate with your people to see what works best.
This link here.
Yeah. So once you go through all of that, fill it out, it's going to give you dates.
Okay. So when I click on this, it'll be a form to fill out and then dates.
Correct. Yeah. And then it's going to ask you a bunch of questions, essentially, like, for example, your basic information. So your business name, logos, anything along those lines.
Could you do me a favor? I'm sorry. Could you take that link and just send it to me in an email? This way I can loop in
no problem.
Other folks. I know you probably got to wrap up in a couple minutes, right?
I do. I'm already late to my next one.
Yep.
Got it.
7 p.m. tomorrow, correct? Is what we're looking
so
at?
He has a slot open for that. If you just click on 7 p.m. tomorrow, once you book in that appointment or whatever works for your team, adjust around the time slots he has, and just book it in and you're good to go.
So fill it out and then book the time. Okay.
All right. It was a pleasure, David. Any questions you have, you got my number. You shoot me a message, okay?
All right, guys, look what we just did. We just closed a deal, as you can see. I don't know if I'll have to blur out the person's name, but a little $5,000 deal just came through. So Jacob must have just clutched. I'm sure you guys are probably seeing the sales call recording or just saw it. And yeah, crazy. So that's 10K in. I think this was a 10K deal, if I'm correct, 5K up front. So if we're just going to go off cash collected, That is right there. We've just hit $10,000 in the first, I don't even know what that is, week? Maybe under a week? I don't even know what we're at right now. I think it's just about a week. So that's crazy. So $5,000 deals. You just saw it. You guys saw the sales call recording. Time to get this guy onboarded, and yeah, crazy stuff. More to come. Let's go.
So as you saw right there, we just closed another $5,000 deal. And straight after that, Peter and I had to jump on an onboarding call with the first client we closed to just run through, obviously, a bunch of questions, get to know her business, her clinic, and go through our entire intake form process that we set up, so then we can set up her CRM, her ads, and just kind of the back end systems of everything we need to know about their business to make sure they are successful. And yeah, after that, we should just jump straight into a recap. All right, guys, a little November 17th update. Very, very good day today. If I show you guys a screenshot from earlier today, I'm sure I can show this, but this was at 2:44 today. I don't know how well my camera will show up, but another $5,000 deal. I think this was a $10,000 total deal, and it was like a $5,000 up front. We've been doing a lot of these split pays. Not really a fan of it. I'm trying to get some more PIFs through the door for sure. We onboarded a client today. Have a follow-up, I think, for Thursday. Super busy day on the agency side. This was very, very busy. But here are kind of the ad results and updates here. So if I check today, go to today. What I did was I mapped back to where both of these closes came from. They came from actually this campaign here. It was the image ads. So what I did was I simply just turned on the one that had super low cost per lead. Generally, cost per lead doesn't mean anything, but $43 was kind of an outlier. So that was that. I also scaled up ad spend a little bit here, 130 a day each, and then we have 100 a day here now that we're spending. So scaled up ad spend here. We turned off one ad that was spending a lot on one of these ad sets that just was getting no results. I was tracking it on the sheet that I just don't have up in front of me, but you guys have seen the sheet before. And turn this one back on at 100 a day to hopefully see results. So very, very successful day. Onboarding client, had another follow-up call with them on Wednesday. This new client onboarding call probably tomorrow or Wednesday as well. And yeah, I'm gassed. I'm super tired. But that's kind of, I guess, what a day looks like. I'm sure you guys saw a sales call recording or something of the close. If I check Slack here, you guys can see a sales team chat. And if I check here, here's the payment receipt that came in. And yeah, why are we doing this $500 or $5,000 BS? Yeah, we got to be charging higher. So no more split pays is the goal. Straight PIFs, pay in fulls is what we want going forward. But hopefully these ad results or metrics do come out better, because cost per lead has been pretty high with high CPMs. Hopefully this fixes it. We'll see. But yeah, guys, that's been it. Successful day. That's November 17th, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, on to day 18. Kind of a boring day. Honestly, not much happened, but recap is currently around $3,800 in profit so far after ad costs, which is not bad. So let's jump into day 18 recap. Alrighty, guys, November 18th update. It's Tuesday right now. Here's kind of what happened today. So not any crazy day for new sales, although I probably just showed the recording. We had a call with someone who, Wyatt and Jacob, obviously Jacob being our closer and Wyatt, looks like they're going to potentially pay $15K tomorrow morning up front, PIF. So that'd be absolutely insane. Pretty deal that might go through. I don't know. And also the calendar's looking pretty good for this week as well. So today, nothing was crazy. We had 2 demos. I think both of them no-showed. We also had 1 intro, and I believe this person was scheduled into a demo for tomorrow. And then the third guy randomly called us up, and I guess he's like business partners with Jake Paul or something. I don't know, something crazy. So yeah, seems like he's going to pay $15K tomorrow morning. Fingers crossed, hopefully, because he said contract looks good, everything. It was just one of those things where I guess the finance person in their whole department has to approve it or whatnot. I don't know, has to pay it in the morning. So decision makers already made the decision, so hopefully that goes through. We'll see. And then as far as other things go today with the ads, technically this is just since we launched this campaign, $130 per schedule. Honestly, pretty happy with this. I think 3 schedules were from today. So if I check, yep, $100 per schedule. Happy with this. CPMs seem to have gone lower, which is a good sign. CPMs are higher, but we're getting more appointments. So kind of interesting how that works. I also turned on, I think I showed this yesterday, but I turned on the winning ad that closed actually
our other 2 deals so far. So this through attributions and GoHighLevel, we were able to track that and whatnot. So we can also track on this dashboard here the exact data of everything because we have this sort of tracking sheet. Now, everything else, pretty simple, straightforward, pretty good lead cost. Want ads to get better, so I'm kind of just slowly optimizing these day by day. And then, of course, Wyatt on the sales end is trying to bring deals through. So everything's going good. No real issues, bottlenecks. Tomorrow's a big day. We've got, I think, 2 or 3 demos. Jacob said he has 3, so I don't know. There's only 2 on this calendar here, but 2 demos. And then we have 4 intros, which should hopefully turn into 3 demos on Thursday, which should be a close. This is looking like a good week. If we can close at 15K tomorrow, and then we can close another 10K worth of deals at least, that puts us at, what is that, $35,000? That's insane. This has been a week and a half since we started this or something like that. A week and a half for 35K. Like this is already, we have right here the foundation for a 6-figure a month agency. So this should be really good. And then I also texted the people who we had that onboarding call with. We have our tech call, I believe, tomorrow. And then we have another onboarding call with the second guy we closed, I think tomorrow or Thursday. So we'll see how this all goes. We're going to probably start to just immediately start onboarding a CSM or a client success manager here shortly, just to start taking some of the load off our shoulders on the back end to make sure all contracts are signed, everything's good. And then Peter and I are going to specifically work one-on-one with this client, this first client, to get ads up and make sure they're good to go, just so we make sure they're getting good results off the bat, because then we can use that future case studies for future clients and whatnot. So yeah, guys, pretty crazy day. Hopefully it goes well tomorrow, fingers crossed. And that's kind of the update. So ads are getting better, calls are looking pretty promising, and we're optimizing. So that being said, guys, that's it for today. I'm really tired, did a lot of work today, and on to the next day.
On to day 19 recap. Again, one of those days where some time was wasted for people that just were not serious, kind of just tire kickers, kept letting us on. We thought we'd close for 15K, but didn't end up happening. But not bad ad results so far, so let's jump into day 19 recap.
All right, guys, it is November 19th so far, and it is late as I'm recording this, so I'm very, very tired. But overall, not a bad day. I wish it went better. We had a call with the people today that were supposed to pay 15K, had to reschedule them for later, then they couldn't show up to it, they had to cancel on us, then they said, all right, let's meet sometime tomorrow, so we'll see. I have no clue what's going to happen with them. Made a few tweaks on the ads, saw this one was not generating anything really good or worthwhile, cut that, and then went on this one, this campaign. Results are looking okay here, so I just decided, okay, keep it, and I increased daily budgets from 130 a day, I believe, on each to 150 a day. So yeah, I mean, 1 demo taken. And then I think as far as the intros and the calendar went, we had a bunch of no-shows today, which was kind of interesting. I think we had on the calendar 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 intros today, and all of them, not all of them no-showed. I think like 1 or 2 got turned into demos, but very kind of bad conversion rate. Nothing really to be happy over. So yeah, who knows? Kind of not a great day overall. Hopefully tomorrow goes well. Hopefully we can get a follow-up going or something. But other than that, we've got 4 intros tomorrow, which should be good. Actually 5 intros tomorrow. And then hopefully a couple of them turn into demos and we can close them. But so far, we are cranking up ads, we're optimizing, we're doing our thing, and can't complain so far. Just need to let this process play out and getting things set up for clients and whatnot. I think some of the back-end technical setup was done for one of the clients today with Peter. So yeah, that being said, that's pretty much it for today. On to tomorrow, definitely we have a huge kind of just like to-do list of each of us, setting up clients instead of Slack chat, and their own dedicated Slack channel that we set up. We have our own high-level sub-account directly for client communication, just a bunch of things, so I'm not using my second phone for communication. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today. That's November 19th, and hopefully tomorrow is a better results day. But overall, we also booked 4 demos or 4 intros today, so not bad. I can't really complain too much, so just one of those days. On to tomorrow.
All right, guys, headed into day 20. Peter and I jumped on a call, and we spent hours just fixing all of our automations that linked back to our ads tracking sheet, because we had all of our automations messed up and nothing was tracking accordingly, because every single time we book a call or one of our closers in the pipeline inside of GoHighLevel put someone as a no-show or a closed client, we need to have this also track on the sheet so then we can track it back to what ad it actually, came from, just for attribution's sake. And this was all messed up, so we spent a bunch of time figuring that out and fixing it. So yeah, but we were able to get it fixed in the end. So let's jump into our day 20 recap. Alrighty, folks, it is November 20th, Thursday, as I'm recording this right now. And today was kind of a midday, so made a few changes on the ads, very little because I want to get more data. Biggest things today were getting a lot more automations fixed. We had a bunch of things wrong inside of GoHighLevel that was feeding this sheet, but now it is all completely set up. So this should be working just fine because there's no issues. Before there were massive tracking issues, so we weren't actually tracking data properly inside the dashboard, so it was not tracking properly. But we got everything set up now, right? So currently on this campaign, we have live. I just don't really trust these metrics. It's not too accurate, so that's why the sheet's important. The Facebook pixel is inaccurate most of the time, but we're spending $120 a day on each of these, so that's $360 a day. I scaled it back down. We were spending $150 a day each. I decided to just scale it down for the sake of us just trying not to burn through these creatives. Our frequency was going up quite a bit, which is 2, I believe. Let me see. Yeah, 2.19. So for context, what this metric is, frequency, is how many times the same people see your same ad. 2 means, on average, the same person sees our ad twice, which is kind of a lot. Generally, you want to be in the 1.3 to 1.7 range, I would say. Just right around there, just in the ones, to be honest. 2 is where it's like, geez, it's like literally everyone sees our ad twice or more. So overall, just going to let this thing play out. We had a bunch of intros today. A few people got scheduled into demos for next week. So yeah, we have 3 demos for next week. 1 demo tomorrow from what it looks like, and then another 4 intros. So we'll see how they go. Next week is Thanksgiving, so I'd expect metrics to maybe go down a little bit and I also head back home. So on Sunday, so you guys will probably see a different setup then. But yeah, that's what it looks like so far. Not really too concerned. We have an onboarding call with that client that closed for $5K up front. I think a couple days ago we closed him. Yeah, a couple days we closed him. And onboarding call with him is tomorrow. And we've been working on just the back-end system for the first client. So not totally bad. Made 10 grand so far. We've spent about 7 grand. 7 grand? Yeah. So overall, we are at a profit of 3 grand. Nothing too crazy. Like, again, that's not anything insane. But we've also had a 15K deal upfront slip through from what it seems like. They kind of seem like they ghosted us. And we also have some more people in the pipeline. And generally, from what I understand, the sales cycle for these people, for medical people, is like 2 weeks generally with agencies. So it takes a couple weeks. So we've just had to refine systems, improve things, make sure things are good. And other than that, I can't really complain. We're still profitable. Even if we do go red a little bit, I'm okay with it, just to make sure we can get enough data so then we have enough people in the pipeline and follow-ups to close for way more. Because one 15K deal blows this all out of the water, even one 10K deal, So that being said, we're going to keep pushing. That's the update for today and the transparent look into how things are going. So by the way, these metrics are wrong. I don't know if this is blurred or not. This is completely wrong. So that's why we had to fix it for this to actually be accurate. So yeah, guys, that's for today. See you guys tomorrow. How's this week been overall? Would you say, Jacob? I know we haven't chatted really much.
Lots of no-shows. That's the biggest thing. And then it's a lot of people who are just like forgetting last minute and they look to reschedule.
Okay.
That's kind of been just the biggest bottleneck. So it's just not been a lot of actual conversations. And then I've been following up with people. Like, I'll go through the list of no-shows, stuff along those lines. I'll call them and stuff like that, but they don't really pick up.
Yeah, I think so. Last night we went over a lot of things, Peter and I. We fixed a lot of the automations, some of the pipeline stuff that you saw. So now all that pipeline, it's going to feed into the kind of sheet we look at for data. And that's all correctly set up now. Actually, before it wasn't. It was saying our cost per call was like $4,000, which is completely wrong. So now it's all good. And biggest things for going forward is just going to be, of course, as we head into Thanksgiving, Peter said there's no real noticeable like drop in like quality. He said like even December last year for his agency was his best month of the entire year last year.
Right.
So I'm not really too worried as far as like these holidays or any of this stuff really conflicting much with anything.
The biggest thing, obviously, yeah, is show rate, making sure that's there. So what would you say our show rate is this week? Like, how many calls have you had on the calendar and how many have you taken?
Okay, so let's see. I have my calendar open here. So let's do intros first. So 1 no-show, 2 no-shows, 3 no-shows for intros. This guy canceled on me, so that's a cancel. We can basically call it a no-show. This guy was a reschedule, but then he no-showed again. So let's just keep that at 4. Anella, that was a show. That's 1 show, 4 no-shows on intros. 8 no-shows so far on intros and
6 shows.
6 shows. So that's
Okay.
40%.
40, yeah. Obviously not good. We want to aim for about 80%. I think 80% is a pretty good number. So we wrapped up the team call and I didn't record an end of day video kind of report for day 21, but currently about $2,400-ish in profit so far. But I did record a day 22 recap as some stuff happened there. So let's quickly go into our day 22 recap. All right, guys, quick update. It's November 22nd for how everything has been going. Today's a Saturday. Yesterday, I don't think I remember to record. We addressed a few problems. So ads have been going very, very, very well. So if I check like just the past few days, currently sitting at $77 cost per intro or cost per call, which is really, really solid. I'm happy with this. We have obviously all 3 lookalike, interest, and broad ad sets performing pretty well, I would say, all within KPI. To be honest, this is a little bit high, but we'll start to see as some deals come through, what ads are actually converting and which aren't. But biggest things yesterday we improved on a team call that we had, that I might have shown clips of, is we were booking. So our closer Jacob, he was booking people on our demo calendar after the intro, after they've been qualified, and booking them onto the demo calendar, but doing it manually. So none of the automations were firing off for when they had their second demo call where they're supposed to close and they've been qualified. We had a massive no-show problem with the demos. We also have a massive no-show problem with the intros. We're sitting at a 40% intro show rate. So we had to go through, fix a bunch of automations, obviously fix the demo thing, and we just needed more opportunities. We could think this is a bad week. I'm headed home tomorrow to Seattle, so my background and stuff probably will change. But overall, it was just, just things were not set up ideally, and that's what was needed to be fixed. So we're hopefully the intro kind of like show rate is higher, because if it is, we're very sure our demo will be now that we fixed the automations and the back-end reminders. And we're cranking. We're booking a lot of appointments right now where we dialed that spend back to about $120 a day each. So that's about $360 a day total. And we're booking a lot of calls. Like if I check our just Slack channel, this is just today. Ads are cranking off to obviously blur some of these people, but this is today. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, that's under $100 cost per call. Yesterday, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so that's like $50 per call. So super, super happy with these metrics. Can't really complain. No new deals yesterday. I think we booked a few demo or intros into demos. So I think we have like 5 demos on Monday or Tuesday of this coming week. Tomorrow's a Sunday. So we'll see. I'm traveling back home, so you guys are going to see a different setup, of course, in the meantime. But that's the update. No new sales. Still 10K collected total. And yeah, we're just cranking away. Super happy with things so far, even though our ad spend is getting high, as in we're spending a lot to, I guess, close a lot of deals. This is expected. We expect the sales process and sales timeline for each person to be like 2 to 3 weeks. And then obviously sooner the better, is bonus. So that being said, that's how things are looking so far. We might need to switch out some creatives if we see bad show rate, low intent, because again, this is all just kind of vanity metrics, and we're tracking this on a sheet you guys have seen as well, which tracks it much, much better for attribution's sake. But point is if we're not closing deals and we're still getting $50 cost per call, then I don't care what the cost per call is. I'll pay $300 cost per call if we get people to close at a good return on ad spend and ROAS. So yep, that's it for today. That's November 22nd and 21, I guess, kind of update. That's, you guys understand it. Today's a Saturday. Tomorrow's a Sunday, so I don't think there's going to be much of an update then. But then going to Monday, which it's going to be Thanksgiving week, so I don't know how it will kind of fluctuate as far as like show rate, people traveling, whatever, we'll see. But we definitely should get some deals across the line this coming week. So that being said, guys, see you guys in the next update. For day 23, I didn't record any sort of update video as I was on a plane going back home for Thanksgiving holiday. But for day 24, me, Wyatt, and Peter jumped on a call
And we pretty much just discussed everything going right in the business, everything going wrong in the business, and what we could do to improve things. So whether this be on the client's end, sales end, whatever it needs to be, we just wanted to review absolutely everything we could do in our current power to just make things better. And yeah. And after the call we had, I decided not to record any sort of recap video because I don't think it was needed for day 24, but you can see the stats and how we're doing so far on the screen right now. But going into day 25, we had a pretty warm lead jump on a sales call with Jacob. So let's jump into that.
Can you hear me okay? Yeah, I can hear you.
This meeting is being recorded.
Can you hear me now?
There we go. Now I can hear you.
Okay.
I don't see you though.
Oh yeah, I'm still not presentable.
No worries, man. I just like seeing who I'm talking to. It's not a problem if you need a minute to get ready.
Yeah. All right, what do you got? Let's get started here.
All right, sounds good to me. So just really quick, just want to do a recap just to make sure I'm not missing anything. So right now you're like 4.5 million in revenue. You're looking to get back up to that 6 mark. You want like 4 or 5 patients every single week with the stem cell stuff.
Mhm.
And the problem is you're just not getting enough qualified leads, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Now, I'll pull up this document really quick because we pretty much went over everything last time. Just let me know once you can see my screen.
So if I say yes right now, and tomorrow we got the onboarding call, go over contract numbers and all that, I can make payment at that time or sign.
So what we would do is we just do the payment right now, and then we book you in with Peter literally right now for a call tomorrow.
Okay. But what happens if I don't like the numbers on the contract or something? Can I
It's
say no?
refunded. There's a 30-day money back, no questions asked.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Does that all make sense?
Yep. All right. All done.
All done?
Yep.
And when did you book in with Peter, just so I can let him know?
Oh wait, didn't do that part. Where is that a separate link?
It should be in there.
Did not ask me to book a time during that whole long form. Oh wait,
Ooh.
success call onboarding. Let's see. Oh, I'm still going. Did the first part. Okay, success call.
Yeah, so Peter's calendar's booked, but he's gonna reach out to you and he's just gonna book you in manually.
Got it.
He's just gonna make some space for you.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else on there that you need to fill out?
Let's see. Nope, it's just on the screen of success call.
Okay, awesome. Just book in a random one and then he'll reach out to you manually and then he'll book you in.
Okay, I'll book it 10 a.m. Friday. I'm not gonna make that. I'll tell you that right now after Thanksgiving.
It's not a problem. Just book a random one in just so you can get out of that page and submit the form. He's just gonna call you and book you in, okay?
Okay.
All right, awesome. Is any other questions you got for now?
Nope.
All right, awesome, Dr. Gill. Welcome to the team. How do you feel?
Good, man. And just hope you deliver everything you said, and then we're all good.
Hey, the proof is in the pudding. You'll see everything
Exactly.
tomorrow.
Like I said, I mean, I'm not difficult. I did everything you said right now, and all I expect is you to be a man of your word and provide what you said.
Absolutely, Dr. Gill. Listen, I'll send you my personal number, so if you have any questions in the meantime, you can also contact me directly.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, I'll just put it in the chat for you. All right, you got that one?
Yep. Are you able to send me a summary of the notes from this call?
Yeah. I'll send you the Fathom. It'll just come to your email right away.
Yeah, awesome. Perfect.
Awesome. All right, if you got no other questions, I have a call in 6 minutes if that's cool with you.
Alrighty, so that's our third client close. We got $5,000 up front, and it's actually not a $15,000 deal. He was going to pay the rest on our onboarding call. You guys will see what I mean here soon. It's actually a $13.5 thousand deal because he paid $8.5K on the onboarding call, not $10K. So you guys will see this soon, but that's the third client close. You guys can see our stats for the day. Currently up on the screen. Now let's head into day 26 as me and Peter met to discuss a few things and make sure we're good to go right before the holidays with Thanksgiving and Black Friday.
Dude, this lead cost is insane, dude. We're sitting at like an average of like $90 cost per schedule.
Cost per schedule, $90.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Method with this ads with Black Friday and shit, it's just like keep it on through the storm, right? Like costs are just gonna rise, but then it's gonna all just hopefully simmer down mid next week or something.
Yeah, what a lot of agencies do is they do a Black Friday offer. I'm very against it because it just signals that your price is negotiable. I don't like that. But yeah, what a lot of agencies do is they just say, hey, you can come in for 50% less, blah, blah, blah.
So we've got 3 clients right now that we need to get on track. Let me grab my other phone. You want me to make a group chat, Peter, with this new client? Do we have a channel for them? Did we already set that up?
We need to create one channel. Yeah.
Okay. All right, so is the main next steps then, of course, just keep closing, Jacob doing his thing, that's good. But we should probably get all these clients, all of them launched by next Friday. I don't see why we should be any later, right? Once they join, I'll make their channels and I'll add you to them, so that'll be good to go with the other clients already in his own channel with you guys in there. Okay, so then that's gonna put us at 25K cash collected within 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Revenue is
And
better. I think he can really be pushing more cash.
I agree. I agree. Oh, well, actually, technically, we have a 5K a month deal. I think David's 5K per month, but
Oh, that's fucking sick.
yeah, so he's 15K.
So day 26 was pretty plain. It was just me and Peter that met, kind of caught up on a few things and planned for the next few days on our ad side of things, and also made sure our clients are good to go and they're all on track when it comes to their onboarding. Same thing with day 27. Nothing really happened there. It was Thanksgiving, which is a pretty well-known holiday in the United States. So we didn't do anything for day 27. But start of day 28, we had a team call. So I'll quickly jump to that.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes,
Yep.
sir. How you
Awesome.
doing, bro?
Doing great. Just doing some studying. I just paid for like another objection handling course, so I'm going through all of that.
Hell yeah. Let's go. That's good stuff. We this agency's kind of been on a roll. Looks like next week's gonna go crazy as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting. I don't even know how much we'll collect next week. I'm kind of excited to see.
Yeah, I went through working on the process with my mentor, and he fixed some of the mistakes I was making, because since I'm setting and doing the closing, there was a little bit of redundancy in what I
Yeah.
was saying on the closing call. So we worked on that, and it worked wonders on the guy that I closed this week.
I think Peter and I in an hour or so have a call with this guy you closed
Mhm.
earlier this week. We have to get 10K through elective. We already got 5K up front, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. So he was trying to do the elective thing like with me on call, but he only had his credit card on him. So
Okay.
that's why he's doing it on call with you guys.
That's
Okay.
insane. So we're gonna make another 10 today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we've already booked like 2 or 3 intros today, which is kind of
Yeah, I think
crazy
we did.
because
We did
we've only
3.
spent like 120, so we're still getting like $60 intros, which is fucking
Fuck
crazy.
yeah.
So all that's on good. Would you say quality of leads so far, Jacob? Of course, it's been a little bit on and off because this
Yeah.
week's just been a holiday, but would you say overall, like if the lead quality stays how it is and we continue to get more volume, you'll be good?
Yeah, honestly, it's just a volume thing. Like, there's gonna be some shitty leads. Like, there was more this week than last week, but obviously that's just like random and gamble stuff. But
Yeah.
if we just get more volume, it's gonna be no problem. But again, the more we scale, the more we're gonna need to add a setter, right? Because if I'm taking like fucking 5 demos a
For
day,
sure. Things are pretty on track. Let me actually just check right now how much we've spent. Yeah, just around like 9.5. So
dang.
that's after the first like 3 to 4 grand being blown on like video ads though.
So what's our like actual acquisition cost right now?
Technically, so with this campaign, we're sitting at like we've spent about 5 grand with this campaign. Obviously, you have a ton more demos next week and a lot more calls today, so it's kind of hard to like say, but so far we're sitting at like we've closed 3 clients. So overall, it's like a 3 grand per acquisition. And then technically on this campaign, it's like 1.5 to 2K acquisition. We want to be at like 1K per acquisition
Yeah.
because if we have like an average order value of like 8 grand, then that means we're sitting at like a 8 ROAS, which would be great. But yeah, we're kind of just running right into the holidays. So it's like kind of this like unlucky gray area middle period, but it is what it is, just keep going around it.
Are we on track so far? Like, because obviously this is like my first like high ticket offer, so like I don't really know what the actual KPI should be. Like, are we on track so far considering this is new?
Yeah, again, it's hard to say just because we have so many demos booked next week. Like I would say we have as many demos booked for next week as we have had probably like almost overall.
Yeah.
Like we have like 7 demos maybe next week. We have 2 today. Like there's just a lot more upcoming calls and opportunity that just we don't know yet how they're gonna turn out. But again, like this, it's an offer that's being ramped up. It's gonna be expensive off the bat. I would argue it's actually very profitable off the bat already. Obviously looking at the numbers, but like it's only gonna get more profitable as we get better, you get better, we have more assets, more clients with results, better lead cost, everything. So yeah, it's on the right track for sure.
Team call went well, handled a few things that we needed to go over, and now on to the day 28 recap. All right, guys, here's a quick update video. Obviously, I am back home. I'm actually at just kind of like a lounge area right now as I'm recording this, but it's been a little bit. So kind of some updates with everything. It's the 28th as I'm recording this right now. It's actually Black Friday, so this is kind of what I'm going to talk about here in a little bit in this video, just because this update video, because costs are rising on ad platforms. It's very common around Black Friday, Cyber Monday, these holidays, because a lot of advertisers are advertising for costs to rise. Ours actually haven't looked bad. So here's kind of the quick update. You guys might have just saw, or you guys will see, I just jumped off a call with Jacob and Wyatt. We just had like a little bit of a team meeting. Jacob, our salesperson, been crushing it recently. So on, I will believe, if I check in Slack here, it was Tuesday of this week, the 25th. We got a 15K deal closed. So we got 5K up front through the payment processor, and then we had to finance the rest of the 10K through Elective. So Elective is a financing platform. So currently 15K closed so far this week. If I check the calendar, you guys can see how busy this is. Obviously, I'm having to blur a lot of stuff, but this is Jacob's calendar. Today, he had an intro. I think I don't know what the update status was. If I check intro dispositions, say never booked an appointment. Yeah, so whatever. Didn't really convert into anything. But if I check back over here, we have one demo today. We have 2 demos today, 4 intros. Going forward, we have an intro tomorrow, but the next week is what looks absolutely crazy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 demos scheduled for next week, and apparently all have been pre-qualified. My only worry is show rate's gonna dip, but overall, since the last update I made showing you guys everything, things have been going really, really well. I'm currently spending $360 a day on ads, so we've actually kept it fairly low. We haven't really scaled it at all, just because the kind of time of season we're in. It's very common, and I even was making an announcement just 2 days ago for everyone inside of my private mastermind, just giving them updates like, hey, if ad costs rise, this is why. But here's how things look since the last update. Since the last update I made for you guys was on the 22nd. So the 23rd to today, the 28th, currently sitting at about, I would say on average, I think about $110 cost per call, which is really, really good. I'm happy with this cost per intro. We have about a 40% conversion. If I check this, it's a little bit inaccurate. Some of this is inaccurate, but some of it's right. Intro to demo, we have a 42% conversion rate from intros that actually turn into demo appointments. Part of this is just a show rate problem. We're dealing with a pretty big show rate issue with our intros at the moment. So we're not too concerned because these small little metrics like maybe show rate on intros aren't where we want it to be. It's fine because our overall ROAS is good. So total right now we've spent on everything, just for, I guess, total context, is if I just go maximum on this account, is we've spent right around $10,000. We've made about $25,000. So again, this is very, very good. I'm very happy with this. There's no, I can't really complain about it. Obviously, it's kind of inaccurate because we've spent 10 grand for a majority of our demo calls to be actually for next week and later today, just because so much has happened in the past few days. So realistically, we may have spent 10 grand to make probably maybe 40 grand, 50 grand if next week goes well. But currently right now we've collected about 25,000 cash collected, and we have about, I believe the number is, we have 5K a month in recurring for another 2 months off one client. So that would mean $35,000 in revenue for 10 grand. So roughly about a 3x ROAS, which is fine. Again, just because we're starting out, we had to test a lot of things that just didn't quite frankly work and so on. But overall, this is the cost per call. Things are looking good. Calendars are looking good for next week. And overall, just tracking everything. So kind of the updates on everything is we're just going to keep things how it is. We're not going to touch anything. We expect costs to rise. So if I even check like today's CPM, right, or yesterday and today's CPM, we're sitting at a probably $210 CPM right here. So CPM, for context, is like cost for what it takes to reach 1,000 people. Cost per mille is, in mille in Spanish, is 1,000. So that's kind of how that all works. And we can see we're at $210 here. If I go at the start of this week, we were sitting at like, probably about $180. So it's definitely risen, and that's just because of these kind of big, I guess you could say, holidays, Black Friday and whatnot, and Thanksgiving being yesterday in the US, and we're only targeting US market. So that's kind of everything right now, guys. We're going to keep it how it is. Hopefully Jacob can do well with a couple of the calls he has today.
hopefully get another close through the door. And overall, things are looking really, really good. Like overall, you know, I really cannot complain. Looks like we just got another intro right now as I was talking to you guys here. And yeah, that's kind of it. So you guys can kind of see this chat. I don't know what I'm gonna have to blur, but everything's looking pretty good. So we just had our team meeting here and went on. So guys, that being said, very, very happy with things are going right now. Next week, I think, is going to be an insane week. We have a clinic we're speaking to. I believe I'm going to have to be on the call as well. It's a big, big clinic. He's launching 50 clinics in the U.S., and he wants us to start, I believe, with 2. So it'd be about $30,000 up front. We could get off this one guy if that all goes well. So that's how it's looking. It's super, super exciting. We got a bunch more great calls next week as well. And then hopefully again today, Jacob can clutch up. And then as far as our current clients go on how they're doing, they've been a little bit slow. Again, it's just because of like Thanksgiving, these holidays, slow to reply and everything. But I've got them into our own client success Slack portal. So we can check here. We have their own channels. And we're just waiting on one more, the third guy we closed, to join up in here. But overall, again, things are on their way. We expect clients to all launch next week, probably 3 of them, at least 2 of them. And yeah, guys, that's kind of everything. Hope you guys found this a little bit insightful, and I'm going to keep kind of filming update videos as I go. So that's how everything's looking. Super, super good so far, and I'll see you guys in the next update.
All right, guys, so from about day 29 to day 32, I didn't make any update videos because I was with family. It was a holiday. And honestly, there just weren't many updates in the first place. We had no calls on the calendar. Everyone was kind of just off. And everything resumed back on day 32, which I'm going to go to right now, as we had a lot of demos and sales calls booked on the calendar. And it was a pretty insane day. So I'll quickly jump to that right now.
I can hear you now. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. How are you?
No, staying out of trouble. Just a quick recap. Just so I have everything in check, you're at roughly 3 patients a week. We're looking to get to 8 to 15, correct?
Right. So, and the truth is, looking back over this last month, we're like, ooh, we were lower than that, actually. I didn't count it, but anyway, it's time for us to jump back in.
Okay.
I took a little hiatus. I lost my medical assistant. There were a number of things. I was kind of in limbo about the marketing company for a number of months here because I didn't want to jump into one before I'd really researched it, since I've made that mistake 3 times now. So send me the agreement. I'll explain it to Dr. Sessions. If he has any concerns or anything, I have your text, right? That text goes right to you. I mean, that sounds really good. I did want to ask you about something else, but it's just we have some friends who've flown out to receive treatments from our clinic, and they had looked at some other clinics, and they were like, oh my gosh, we're telling our friends all about you. They're from California. We're in Wyoming. We live in California. And so they're like sending people to us and trying to get us to open up another clinic in California. We're looking at right now the logistics of that, trying to locate an office space and what it costs. Anyway, how much would it be, just because I'm trying to put those logistics together, to add another clinic onto the...
I believe it's 10.
10,000?
So it's not the full 15, it's 10.
And then and then it's not another 2,000 every month?
It would be, because they're 2 separate clinics. Yeah.
Okay. And we should budget to have how much in...
$100 a day.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. So $3,000 a month.
Well, okay, Jacob, so you have my email address, admin@stemcell.com, so you can send over that contract. I'll go over it with Dr. Sessions, which I'm not going to get to today because I'm not going to be able to, but I hope maybe tomorrow morning. I just already know.
All right, guys, so as you can see right there, this person ended up being a follow-up for the next day in the morning for day 32. Quick spoiler, this person did end up closing in an upfront payment deal, doing $10,000 upfront. We didn't have a call recording for day 32 because it was over the phone. So I'm just telling you right here, this person actually did end up closing. I'll just put follow-up right here though, because we technically didn't get payment on day 32, but successful call, and we got more calls on day 32. So let's keep going through them.
So you just so I have like a quick refresher, you did 6 patients, you said, for your stem cell operation the last like 3 months, correct? Or something along those lines?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it was the expense on marketing it was kind of greater than, the revenue.
Right.
So I
'Cause you
don't
said
know
you were
if I had the
spending
right
like 6,000,
company,
right?
I'd spend a lot of money per month to get customers and, so, yeah. I also threw in that I sold 11 packages of exosomes.
Mhm.
We started with exosomes in March. We launched stem cells in July.
Mhm.
And then I just kind of de-emphasized it after that and just said, focus on ImSculpt and other aspects of the business.
Mhm. Got it. Makes sense. Right. So I got a little bit of a presentation for you ready. So I'll just share my screen. Let me know once you actually see this. Because you remember all the pricing, the everything, the general high level overview, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something to discuss because, I hear your promise, but
Mhm.
15,000, for 3 months is, we were looking for a rev share partner more than,
Mhm.
a fee partner.
Right.
Somebody that wants to run the ads
Mhm.
and share the risk and build,
Mhm.
together, scale
Right.
clinic together. And that fee's pretty high. And,
It is.
especially if we're paying for the ads too, we're not going to be profitable at that level. And if that's where the fee stays, we shouldn't even have this call. And we're looking for a partner, and they are out there that
Mhm.
wants to share the risk like you
Mhm.
do after the 90 days.
Right. That's what we do
So,
after the 90 days. Do you know
yeah,
why we do
but
the upfront first?
to validate that it's a good market
Well,
is what I would
not
say.
just that, because the thing is, say we go on rev share, right? Just right from the beginning, and then we start bringing in clients and stuff along those lines. We're paying for the ads, we're doing all
Mhm.
this stuff, but then the clinic's not delivering on their end. Where does that leave us?
Well, obviously, we're not doing that. We've invested in our businesses quite heavily. We're
Mhm.
buying stem cells and
Mhm.
we've got all this infrastructure. If that's the way you think a business owner operates, that's not
No,
me. And
absolutely
I
not.
doubt you have very few wellness center owners that are out there just, checking in. We follow up on leads. We do all of it
Mhm.
today. But if it stands at $15,000, this is a lost opportunity.
Right. The
I don't want
problem
to get
is,
into those negotiations right now, but
Mhm.
it's too expensive.
So this person just was not ever going to be a fit for what we have to offer, so we did not close him on any sort of package or deal. Now, going into call number 3 for the day.
Hey, how you doing, Jacob?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Doing great, doing great.
I love to hear that, man.
Where are you based out of?
Well, between Austin and Toronto, but we're in Toronto now.
Oh, okay, nice.
You guys are in
Gotcha.
Hawaii from what I see, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I wish I was there now. Yeah, so we only do stem cell marketing. So I can understand a little bit about the numbers that you guys are doing right now. How many patients are you roughly bringing in, per week, per month?
For biologic specific?
For a regen, so for PRP, stem cell.
About maybe 15, 16
Per week?
per, no, not per week,
No,
per
per
month.
month.
Per month. Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
has that been like the whole 6 months you guys have been in business? Like for the stem cells?
No, so we just started in the last 3 months.
Oh, 3 months. It was 3 months. Okay.
3 months, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's been like the whole 3 months, it's been like that level.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's gotten us probably almost 300,000 in revenue.
Right. Right. I mean, because I'll be honest with you, for a lot of agencies, for a lot of sorry, not agencies, for a lot of clinics, 15 is a pretty decent number. Like, what's behind you guys kind of wanting more? Is there like some revenue target you're trying to hit?
We're totally wanting more. We want 100 patients a month,
100 patients a month. I can't promise you that right away.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's a little high.
in general, what we've seen is a decline. So as much we have not seen 15 patients this last month.
Okay.
No,
And
not at
yeah,
all.
so we want to really be transparent here about how it's going, which is not great. So we're not
Right.
getting those patients and we need more leads. And also the cost per lead is insane and the ad spend is quite
What do
large
those
for what
numbers
we're
look
getting
like?
for our ad spend.
For cost per lead. Hold on, I just want to do some math really quick. I'm gonna pull out one of these. The way it works is it would be 5,000 down. That's the way that works. Does that make sense?
Just send it over, whatever that looks like. Just send it over via email, what that looks like, and we can review that. But yeah, whatever that proposal is, you just feel free to send it via email. We'll review it. I'm definitely gonna need to have a discussion with Sean though.
Call number 3 for the day, ending on a no close / disqualification. So just no close, no packages being sold there. So that kind of ends off day 32 with the stats being shown up on the screen here. Now right into day 33 as we have a team call to start off the day. Biggest bottlenecks we're having right now is I wouldn't even say it's a sales thing. I think it's just a client fulfillment thing and not letting it all break. Like if we onboard like 10 clients tomorrow, it's going to break. Like we
Yeah.
don't have any infrastructure. So the second we can get a CSM on behind it, we can build out some clear SOPs. I can make them. And we can just like get it like a conveyor belt process to when people onboard, it's literally just automated. Then bro, I'm down to start spending way more on ads, get a setter in potentially, and then just let it rip.
Yeah. Should we just get a media buyer specifically for this? Because like we're gonna have his full attention, because I understand where you're going and I do want to scale this as well. And I'm saying that with the rate in which we are acquiring clients, and if we keep the same exact rate with stem cells, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah, the biggest thing I want right now is let's get an onboarding specialist / CSM on. If I need to do the media buying, or if we both need to do the media buying for the first couple of clients, I'm totally fine with that. Main thing I want is I want a checklist of everything, like when literally clients close on call with Jacob, what happens from that call to the next 5 to 7 days when their campaign's launched. Now on to Peter and I onboarding the most recent client that closed that still owes us funds on the onboarding call.
Or alternatively, what if I just pay it all off with you right now? What kind of discount can you give me?
Usually we wouldn't, because we have already waived the interest fee. We could do a $1,500 discount if we can do it now.
Okay, so 8,500 now?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, let's do that. All right. Well, I'm in my bank account. I can send that over right now. All right, you'll get this payment by tomorrow. It's going to send today.
All right, sweet. Do you have the confirmation for it?
Absolutely. So here's the transaction number on the bottom. Can you see that?
I only see the amount. Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, yeah, it should probably just hit tomorrow. No problem. Let's get into the onboarding.
Onboarding call was a success. We got the rest of the funds. It wasn't the full 10K like we thought it would have been, but 8,500 on top of the 5,000 he paid previously. Not so bad. So 13,500 total from this one client. And he was onboarded smoothly. Everything's good to go. And he's probably going to be the first client to launch. So now on to the next sales call that we had that Jacob has on his calendar that I think is his third follow-up with the same people. So let's jump into that.
Okay, so what's the plan? Just let me know if you guys got that. Just sent it over.
Okay, I got the
All right, if you guys need to go because I know you're busy, there's no problem. Yeah, I'll just send this invite over.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a bunch of things going on. I'm also
Okay, Jacob.
It's all good. Thank you.
So this person ended up closing right there. We had very little clips from the sales call itself, but they ended up closing for $9,500 up front. So pretty good deal there. And then on top of that, we closed the $10,000 follow-up deal earlier in the day that I was referencing just yesterday. All right, guys, you will not believe it. I'm making the update for today. It's December 3rd. I'm going to make a more long update, probably just right after I film this video on just like the day in details. But as you can see here today, we have currently made about $28,000. I don't know if this is showing right now on the Slack channel from the sales team chat. 28K in a day, literally cash collected too, which is crazy. This is kind of expected. Like you guys have heard my update. I think I did it on Monday. It's Wednesday as I'm recording this right now. But like we knew there was a bunch of people in the pipeline that were looking to close, and they finally just came through and closed. These people are from image ads. All of these people are from image ads. $28,000 day. I think it's $27,000 or $28,000 day. And we have a call right now that I think Jacob, our closer, is on, and it's a follow-up, and they might close as well. And if that closes, that's going to put us to, I think, 41K for the day if we can get that person closed. We're right around there. But as you guys can see here, this is one payment notification right here. This is through the payment processors and email. I'll obviously have to blur some stuff. This was for $9,000.
And then we had another one which was sent straight from email that they downloaded to us. This was today, $9,500. This was today. Again, I don't know what I'm going to have to blur. And then we had a $10,000 morning, so I'll show that. But then the big thing was, as I'm sure you guys maybe saw it, but Peter and I took an onboarding call for the guy that paid $5,000 up front last week. And we finally were able to get a hold of him. Sorry, I have no clue when my camera was just doing that. But this morning we collected $8,500 or kind of middle of the day from an onboarding call that I probably showed the recording of. So that brought us to $18,000 for the day. So I'm sure you guys can probably see that. And then this morning we got a $10,000 payment straight through right as I woke up this morning. So yep, it was Peter said new sale, and we got them through actually financing. So that was this morning. So if I just do the math real quick, we got this morning $10,000 up front. We got another $8,500 on the onboarding call that we collected the rest of the payment from. We were going to get $10K, but I probably showed some recordings in there. This guy was just asking for a discount or something. We just discounted it by $1,500 because he was paying it up front through a wire to the bank. So we're just like, that's fine. And he screen shared the payment notification I should have just showed right there. And then the last deal of the day was $9,500. So that brings the total to a $28,000 day cash collected, probably more like 30 something K in revenue. And again, Jacob's on a call right now. I think he has a set call in like an hour, and he's on a close call right now with a follow-up that could close as well. So absolute crazy day so far. Again, this was kind of expected. I knew these were going to finally come through. And yeah, we've got to do some work on the onboarding now. So Peter and I are meeting tomorrow morning to set up a lot of the back-end automations. The goal is kind of just to get a CSM in, get these campaigns launched for the first couple of clients here in the next like 4 to 5 days, probably max. And really just make sure everything's good to go, get them in Slack. And then we want to make our onboarding process almost like a conveyor belt. Agencies, you guys, if you guys run an agency, you know this is how it should be, but someone gets onboarded and then we'll hire a client success manager. So we're currently finding one right now to fill that role, and they'll just take the call. They'll pretty much just take everything over, and we'll probably hire a media buyer as well. And then, yeah, so that's the plan right there. Crazy day so far. I'll jump onto my computer right now to show you guys more of an in-depth kind of, I guess, just metrics of behind the day. I'll update you guys on how the ads are doing because we fixed some stuff today when Peter and I met as well. And yeah, Wyatt's been obviously managing Jacob, doing all the sales stuff. I've been managing most of the ads, and Peter and I are on the back end of the fulfillment. That's kind of just where Peter's helping out, to be honest. So yeah, guys, that being said, let's jump onto my computer, and hopefully while I show this, Jacob actually closes someone. So we'll see.
Day 33, absolutely tremendously successful day. And obviously right now we're about $31,000 in profit. And just to be super clear on these numbers, I'm just subtracting the ad spend that we've spent directly to our cash collected. I'm not including revenue because that's not money we've technically made yet. But let's jump into the day 33 actual review. All right, guys, this is December 3rd, more detailed update. Obviously, you guys probably just saw my other video I just filmed. Insane day, $28,000 cash collected, probably 30 something K in revenue. So in this fast video, I'm going to show you guys kind of the update for how we're doing today. I think the last update I did was on Monday. So I'll kind of give you guys some updates. So I'm sure I clued in some clips earlier today. Peter and I had a call. We went over all of the ad metrics and changed a couple things. So I'll show you guys what we did with the ads. Currently still running these 3 ad sets here. We got IntraStack, lookalike audiences, and then broad. So we've got these three ad sets going. And we noticed when we were looking at our tracking sheet, we are not doing well with the broad image ads. So part of the reason we have this, I've definitely already explained it, but I just want to kind of like refresh your mind. If you're watching this, is the reason we have an attribution sheet is because Facebook's pixel, which is how we track these events, is usually super inaccurate. So I'll give you guys an example. Sometimes it'll say we've got 14 website schedules, $120 cost per call, but actually we've only gotten 8 website schedules, and it's like, you know, $200 cost per call, right? But we wouldn't know any better unless we had detailed tracking on the back end. So part of the reason we have this is for accurate tracking, because I'd much rather pay, and also the reason we have this too, I'll show you guys, is because we can track everything from the spend, the click to intro call, all the way down to the cash each ad makes us. Some of this isn't recorded. We had some issues just with the actual sheet itself, but we have the sort of metrics around the calls, what cost is per call and all this stuff. We fixed the rest of the automations today to do that. But I probably include in some calls from or some clips from that call I had with Peter. But the whole point is like I'd much rather pay $120 cost per schedule if we're making money compared to $88 cost per schedule, which in reality seems better, but if it's not making money, then I'd rather pay the extra, 120, depending on what's actually making us money, right? So it's like a real attribution thing. You can't just look at it like a book by its cover. You actually have to look at what's in the book, you know what I mean? And that's kind of why we have this whole kind of sheet here. So we looked at everything, and the interest stack is absolutely crushing it. So right now we're getting about $80 cost per intro, with the lookalike audience ad set getting about $117 cost per intro, and the broad getting about $160 cost per intro. So what we did is I cut the broad image ad set, and then I turned on the, or these are already on, but I ramped up spend. So instead of $120 a day on each, I put these at $175, and we are already seeing results. So I'll kind of show you guys, this right here is just in the last, 2 weeks or so. But if I look like just in the last like couple days like this, yeah, you guys can see, right? The broad one is not performing compared to these other three. $63 cost per schedule. I would think over Black Friday, because Black Friday was literally just last Friday, and then Cyber Monday, which was this Monday when I recorded the other update vid, I think, we would have a much higher cost per schedule, but things are just going well. And of course, obviously, we're making a lot of money from this. So I'll show you guys kind of the Slack channel here. So today, so far, we've booked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 intros. Yesterday was 2. So again, after we made these changes, we booked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more intros. So obviously the changes helped. Monday was 2 intros as well as Sunday was great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Saturday was 3, and I probably already showed you guys the rest in the other clip as well. So overall, ads are doing great. I'm happy with the ad results. We're making money from it. It's great. If I show you guys the actual payments tab itself, so I go into sales team here, I'm gonna have to blur a lot of stuff. But this is the payment confirmation from the woman this morning. She paid $9,000 and I think another $1,000 through Fanbasis, if I'm correct. It was a $10,000 deal. And then we had, we had up here another, this was 9,500. So this was the second close in the day. And then the technically third close today, which really was just a payment follow-up, was for $8.5 thousand over wire, which if I go all the way up here, I'll probably have to blur some stuff, but this is on call here. We collected $8,500, and yeah, so he already paid $5,000 last week. We were supposed to get him onboarded. There was just some delays and whatnot, so we finally got him on today because we built out like a separate GoHighLevel account for all of our client success stuff and everything like that. So that's the 3 payments today. That is a $28,000 cash collected day. I don't even know what we're at revenue right now. So if it's December 3rd, as I'm recording this, we're probably, so if we made 28,000 today, we made another 15,000 in the past technically 3 weeks, excluding today. So 28,000, 15,000. We're currently at the moment 3.5 weeks in, I believe, at $43,000 cash collected, and I think $53,000 in revenue, because we have that one client that we have for $5,000 for the next 2 months that he's paying every single month. But yeah, insane results so far. And again, we've spent, if I check kind of total ad metrics right now, just go maximum, we've spent just about $12,000. So that means we're sitting right around like a 4x ROAS, 4x return on ad spend. So that means every single dollar we're putting in, we're getting about $4 back, which is great. We're sitting at, $30,000 or so in profit. So very, very good, right? I'm very happy with this. Obviously, roles have been divided up great. So me and Wyatt have been Wyatt's been obviously massive on the sales end, helping out Jacob with closing and then setting. And then I've, of course, been in kind of just everywhere, managing the ads, helping out Jacob on the sales team where possible, and kind of just coordinating all the back-end systems. And then just I'm kind of like a marketer brain. I'm helping with the client success stuff. And then Peter's just really on the back end with client success mainly as well, because that's kind of his thing. He's worked with a lot of med spas, so that's why he's helping us out there. But that being said, guys, insane day. I really, really think the goal for us here, and I don't want to repeat myself if I've already said this, but we're hitting a point now, even just after today, where our systems are going to start breaking, okay? So we are onboarding so many clients, we're making a lot of money, which is great, but we need to build the foundation for the business so then it can automate itself. I want this business in the next 3 weeks or so, 2 to 3 weeks. And I don't know how long I'm going to make this video and this challenge and whatnot. If you guys want to have me keep documenting this business and scaling it up to multiple 6 figures a month, let me know, just within this industry specifically for this AI agency. But really, the goal is I need to start bringing in people and hiring client success managers and media buyers to help on a back-end fulfillment systems. We already have an AI developer for upsells, which is Emmanuel. If you guys know Emmanuel, very good friends with him. He's been my developer for a very long time, and he's the best when it comes to all this stuff. So he's on back end for upsells when we upsell anyone into sort of the AI caller role or upsell. And yeah, like I was saying, the whole thing here is I need to start building the foundation for the team, for the media buyers and the client success managers. So then when clients are onboarded, it's like a conveyor belt. So they're just automatically onboarded and it's good to go. And right now, it's a little bit of chaos. I'm taking onboarding calls, so is Peter, and we're kind of just juggling a little bit. I'm going to be working on a lot of back-end systems and sort of SOPs tomorrow to make sure our client, every single client we have has a good snapshot inside their GoHighLevel account, because we have automation set up so when they submit the onboarding form, it automatically creates a GoHighLevel account, and then it needs to create that GoHighLevel account with a specific snapshot that I build tomorrow. So I think Peter and I are jumping on tomorrow morning to get that figured out. But that being said, guys, it's really just I need to build the back-end kind of foundation right now, because we can make more money. I can scale up ad spend. I can get more closers. I can get more salespeople and setters, and we'll be at 6 figures a month. That's not a problem. But I want to make sure our backend is good as well, because I want our fulfillment to be top notch. Like, I don't know how much I've showed throughout this video here on like how fulfillment's looking, but we're taking a lot of lengths that probably no other agency's taking. Like, we're going to the lengths of like literally making VSL scripts and sending them to the doctors inside the clinics for them to go film in person at their studio or at their clinic. And then we're putting that on their ads and their VSL on their landing page and in a lot more stuff. So we're really making sure our fulfillment is top notch. And some of these clients have just been a little bit slower just because of the holidays and whatnot, Thanksgiving, to get onboarded, but it's go time now, right? Even though Christmas is in 3 weeks, it's absolute go time. Some of these clients are spending $200-$300 a day plus, and we have a lot more people in the pipeline, if I'm correct, if I check the calendar here. We have, it says Thursday on here, but it's because I'm Pacific time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 intros tomorrow, 4 on Friday, as it looks like, as well as a demo, and then also a demo on Saturday. And yeah, so tomorrow hopefully is a great day to book a lot of demos into Friday, and then we can hopefully close more deals. I head back to Austin, Texas on Friday, so I'm currently at home right now as I'm filming this. But yeah, that's kind of the update for December 3rd. Again, it says this just because I'm Pacific time, but that's the update for December 3rd. Really, really good day so far. And if I check the opportunities as well, Jacob should have updated everyone here so they get automations. I'll have to blur this all out, but closed deals, 5 people. That's all 5 right there. Okay, and then getting auditing every single time our closer Jacob moves people in the pipeline, they get all the automated messages and emails for onboarding and their onboarding funnel and whatnot right as they get put in here. Okay, because obviously they have to get automated onboarding steps and whatnot. Sorry guys, I'm so tired. Today's been a long day, but that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Very, very successful day. $28,000 cash collected today. $43,000 in 3 weeks, which is insane. And again, we've spent about $11 or $12,000 on ads, and we've made $43,000 collected and about 50 something K in revenue. So it's the return's there, and it's only going to go higher. So just time to build out the back end team, continue to ramp up sales, and just hopefully close more people that we have in the pipeline at the moment. So guys, that being said, I'm going to make an update video probably tomorrow before I leave on Friday for Austin. And I'll show you guys what happens then, because Peter and I are also building out a bunch of stuff on the back end for client success when the time comes tomorrow morning. So I'll see you guys then. That's the update for today. Start of day 34, Peter and I jumped on a quick call to discuss everything client fulfillment related, because we're building out our client fulfillment snapshot within GoHighLevel that we can replicate across all of our client sub accounts. And pretty funny here, we're doing some research across other clinics that are doing super, super well. And I called one of them up to just funnel hack them real quick and hear how their process is. So you guys will kind of hear that too, I guess.
Peter?
Yep.
I'm getting a call from this agency.
I'll respond. See what happens.
Hello?
Hi, this is Carson.
Yes, it is.
Hey, this is Audra with the Hair Restoration Clinic. I am an appointment coordinator. You scheduled a consultation with our...
Dude, that could be AI.
You think
Yep.
so?
Amazing. So I'm going to just go over quick information with you to get you ready for the call. We also will need some current hair...
Should I go through this? No, just hang up.
Nah, just go. See what happens.
Photos too, as well.
Yep.
Okay, great. So the form that you had submitted with us, it mentions that you have some bald spots. It's been going on for 5 to 10 years. Walk me through a little bit about what your hair looks like and what you've tried.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just exactly what you explained. You know, just been struggling with it for a little bit now, so just wanted to kind of find a solution.
Great. So, with your
All right,
Just keep me in
sweet.
touch on Slack on
I'll
your
get
side.
working on this thing right now. I'll eat something. I'll get into it right now.
Yeah, perfect. All right, bro.
All right, man.
Sounds good. We'll talk
Heck
probably
yeah.
tomorrow or something. End of day 34 recap. Just really spent most of the day building out client fulfillment snapshot and just making sure our client onboarding process and fulfillment process is absolutely seamless. We built out all the client funnels, everything like that. Now I head back to Austin, Texas, and we'll give the day 35 recap. All right, guys, it is December 5th update as I'm recording this video right now. I think we're right about almost at the 1 month mark. I think we just started right around November 7th or like 8th, something around there. But obviously I'm back in Austin at the main setup now. Or I say main setup, it's kind of, you know, part setup. But review for today, there's really nothing crazy. Actually, right now as I'm recording this, it's literally 11:30 at night. But we have someone on Pacific time who lives in California who's about to jump on a call with Wyatt and Jacob right now as a follow-up. I just got to go to bed because I'm so tired, so I can't stay up for the outcome of it. Might close. I know it's a really, really strong follow-up, and the guy's been texting back a lot, so we'll see. As far as ad results go, I think we booked today, if I check our intros channel, 1, 2, 3. This person booked yesterday as well, so I guess 2. So lead cost and appointment cost has definitely shot up, so kind of our goal here is going to be refreshing some creatives. Shouldn't be too hard. All we really need to do is just look at what angles worked really well, what actually made deals based on our attribution sheet that we have, and just recreate a bunch of those. As honestly, the creatives take really no time. If you guys watched, if my 10-hour course is already out by the time you're watching this, I talked about it in there a lot, how I use AI to make the creatives and stuff, and obviously I think you guys saw it in this video at the start as well. So yeah, guys, I wish I could give you more of like an entertaining, like, I guess, rundown for today. What did happen well today was we booked 2 demos. So again, it's saying Saturday, but it's not. So we had 5 intros today, 1 demo. I don't recall what happened with the demo. I'd have to see our closer's end of day report, but he's about to jump on a call, so he hasn't submitted it yet. We booked 2 demos from the intros that we had today, though, I believe. So demos booked. Yep, we had 2 today. So Patricia and Anthony, and I think they're for tomorrow, if I can double check. One of them is, and then the other is for, oh wow, we have a lot of demos next week. Okay, well, we're probably going to make a lot of money next week too. I don't know if I'm going to record this challenge up until then anyways, but yeah, that's kind of the update for today. Demo or intros went well. We booked 2 demos. Pretty happy with that. That's about a 40% conversion rate on the intros into demos. And yeah, probably going to just have to swap out some creatives here soon. And honestly, just we've been working a lot. I was on the plane a lot today, so just working on back-end automations and everything for client fulfillment, making sure we can get these clients launched here in the next, you know, few days, because we got a lot of clients. Obviously, we have 5 that we're launching, so one's pretty much already ready to go, and then we have a few more. We just have some onboarding calls, success calls to take. So that being said, guys, that's December 5th. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah.
Peter, my man.
This meeting is being recorded.
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, my man. How you doing?
Loud and clear, man. That's a good, strong terminology there. Loud and clear. What's up?
Loud and clear, man. Do the ads make sense and about how we're going to be running the ads?
Yeah, of course, huh?
Perfect. So once we figure out Florida, because we're going to be able to do the testing very fast.
You're able to figure it out.
Pardon?
When you'll have it figured out.
Within the first
Figure it out. So finding the lowest cost of acquisition. By week 2 or week 3, we'll have ads. It's like, okay, this is really working. We can take these and start them in New York.
And just
adjust the wording. Yeah. So the payment link, do you want me to send that to your cell phone?
Also, just to let you know.
No, but Massachusetts first before New York.
Massachusetts first?
Yeah.
To kind of get that, spark that up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we can do that. So do you want me to send the first payment link to your email, your phone?
My phone.
Phone. Okay, 1 second here. Ba-ba-bum. All right, so there's the first payment link.
Fan
Yeah,
base.
it's fan basis. That's the link for the first 5,000.
Can I wire it to you?
Yeah, you can wire it. Hold on just a second. Let me get you the wire transfer information.
I'm gonna wire transfer it on Monday. Okay.
Pardon?
Monday.
Can you do it now and you just send me a screenshot because it already takes like 3 days to go through. Just because for the team to get started, I just need to send them a screenshot that you sent payment. They'll get started within the next 30 minutes, building all the back end.
Send me the wiring stuff.
Yep. You want me to send it on your text?
Yeah. I'll put it on the card.
You can put it on the card?
Put it on the card.
Okay. 1 second. That link that I sent you, the fan basis one.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, just click on that and you can fill in the card info there.
I did.
You did?
It's already
You already
processed.
sent it? Okay. Can you send me just a screenshot of the fan basis really quick?
Hold on.
You sent the screenshot on
Your phone.
Yeah, got it.
All right, guys, it is December 6th as I'm recording this right now, and you know what it means if I'm pulling up this camera right here. So we just got off a follow-up call. When I say we, I mean Jacob, our closer, with a clinic, and we were supposed to have a separate follow-up call, but that got moved to later today, and it sounds like he's going to close as well. He's already signed the agreement. We just collected another $15,000 upfront cash collected. We got $5,000 over our main payment processor, fan basis, and then $10,000 through another. Payment processors throughout this entire video have been an absolute mess. We've just been dealing back and forth. One got restricted, so we had to jump off that. Like literally the second we created it before any payments got made. Whatever, so we've kind of had to been going off a bunch here. But check this out. I'll obviously have to blur some stuff, but that was the first $5,000. That was at 3:42 p.m. And then we got the other 10,000 or so right here, or this was like 9,000 because there were some fees and stuff through the processor we were using right here. I don't know how this will focus, but I know 9,000 there. I was literally saying in the chat, $58,000 cash collected in 3.5 weeks. Okay, we've got another 15K PIF potentially coming tonight. That's going to be a wire, and yeah, I mean you can see here, like if we get another 15K tonight, that's a 7-figure a year agency in 4 weeks in this brand new niche. Okay, who else is doing this? Okay, and I'm hyped because I didn't think it would go this well. Okay, if you want you guys to be super, super honest, I thought going into this new industry with our agency, I thought this was going to be like, we make 20 or 30 grand, okay? We've made $58,000 in cash from this agency. That's like, I don't even know, $65,000 revenue, maybe $70,000 revenue or so, just if we include all of our revenue through the clients we've closed. 58K cash collected. Who's done this? We have another 15K potentially coming tonight. Like, it's crazy, guys. And I'm sure I've showed all the calls. I'm sure I've showed everything up to this point, literally showing live chats. Like, a lot of people say a lot of things on YouTube, but very few will actually back it up with direct proof. 4 weeks. It's been like 3.5, 4 weeks we've been able to do this. So potentially another 15K coming tonight. We'll see. It sounds like he's already signed the agreement. It's just we got to call and he's got to collect the payment. And that would put us at literally the 7-figure a year agency mark, okay? Which is ridiculous. So yeah, you guys can hear the excitement in my voice. I generally am not this excited, but I am now because this has just been a crazy 3-week, 4-week period. Like I said, I just did not expect it to go this well. So we have a team call because yesterday I was on a plane, so we couldn't have a team call. We have a team call, me, Wyatt, Jacob, and Peter here in like an hour or something. And yeah, just to go over everything, making sure we're all good to go. These clients are going to get good results, get onboarded and whatnot, because we're obviously onboarding a lot of people. And we're in like I was saying this the other day, but like we're at the point now where like we're going to break systems at this point if we keep closing more clients. Like if we keep making more money, we're going to break our systems. So we're right now working on SOPs, hiring, and just overall making sure our back end is good. So when we onboard new clients, it's like a conveyor belt. Like it's just automated. I don't really have to think too much and it's all good to go. We've done a bit of that already throughout our onboarding process, but it's still me and Peter taking the onboarding calls and so on. Because yeah, obviously Peter's main job has just been kind of helping out with back end fulfillment while Wyatt and I do the rest. So yeah, guys, that being said, absolutely insane. And yeah, I guess I'll maybe show some clips of the team call and then hopefully we can get that over the 15K tonight. That'd be a 7-figure a year agency. That would put us at 60, what would that be? $73,000 cash collected if we can get 15K tonight. 80K something revenue. Crazy. So guys, I'll keep you guys posted on things, but that's the update so far for December 6th. It's a Saturday. And yeah,
who's doing it like this. That's all I'm saying. I think the biggest thing, Jacob, going into probably like next week, I haven't seen any of the calls. I know Wyatt's been on it more than I have, but like we low key in 4 weeks just ran it up, and we're gonna keep doing this. Like Peter and I just need to get a client success guy on the back end. We'll get a media buyer and just train him up. Just make sure just make this onboarding like literally streamlined. Just because, bro. I Wyatt and I run other businesses. We got other shit to do as well. Like we got to manage our time proper. And if me and Peter are sitting on onboarding calls all day, it's just not efficient at all.
I'd say the main thing, like if I had to think of a number one bottleneck we need to relieve, it seems to just be this onboarding issue. Because if these people can't even onboard themselves, like there's no way we're going to be able to provide them results, and then there's a refund.
Like what I did with Juan today is I basically guided him through everything, and I waited till he was basically done to submit that onboarding form to hop off. Yeah. So I think I'm going to start doing that with everyone.
Whatever you can do to get these people just like actually take action. Like I don't know if it's like I don't know what we can fucking do because obviously we're not them, but like if there's anything you can think of just to get people to take action when they
just hard anchor. Like I know I already texted you this earlier, Jacob, but just hard anchor on the end of the call. Like, look, our team's ready to help you, but for the first onboarding setup, like you have to take action to click a link and click schedule on a calendar. Like we cannot physically do that for you. And at some point I was telling Peter this, I was like, should we just schedule them in on an onboarding call at the end of the Zoom call? Peter was saying no, because it's going to mess with the onboarding automations. I don't know. That would be helpful if we had him here. But if we see it to still be a problem, let's just do that. But the problem is then they're going to show up to the onboarding call and they've done nothing. So then now the whole onboarding call is just spent them filling out some form they should have done beforehand. So I don't know. It's a trade-off. I mean, we can't lead a horse to water. Or we can lead a horse to water. We just can't make it drink. You know what I mean? So,
honestly, just for now, while the volume's not crazy still, I'll just sit on the onboarding calls with them and I'll make sure they fill out the form.
Yeah. I mean, again, dude, we're like 3.5. When do you know when you took your first call, Jacob? Do you know what day that was? Date?
It was 4 weeks on the dot.
Okay. So like it was like
because I took it on a Saturday. Yeah, because I took it on a Saturday. That was when we closed Kelly.
Okay. Dude. Yeah, I mean, bro, we've collected the number I think is like 58K. Is right around there what we've collected. That's like 65, maybe 70K in revenue in 4 weeks.
We're turning that up tonight too.
Dude, if we get that tonight too, like, bro, I don't think this has ever been done. Like, at least on like a scale like this. Like, if we're gonna exclude like some super mega rich corporate company going into some industry doing this, like, sure. Dude, I don't think an agency at this like kind of level, or very few, have ever done what we just did. That was like speed sprinting crazy work. So yeah, dude, Jacob, good stuff on your end. I think that's probably it for this call, unless you have anything else you guys want to cover. Day 36, what an absolutely insane day. Another $15,000 deal closed, as you guys just saw. So absolutely wonderful outcome so far. Currently sitting at $45,000 in profit after ad spend so far. Again, this number doesn't include us paying Jacob yet because he's our main closer. He gets 15% of all deals. And I guess if you were to include like software costs, it's another maybe $500 with just GoHighLevel. But other than that, that is absolutely it. So very successful day. Let's jump into the day 36 recap. All right, guys, it's December 6th. As I'm recording this, it's my end of day kind of report here, showing you guys how we did. Today was a pretty good day, I'm not gonna lie. So the day's technically not over again, and I said this yesterday. The same guy who was supposed to call with us last night, or call with Jacob last night, and close for 15K, apparently they were up until 1:30 in the morning reviewing things, and he finally said, let's do it. But he was golfing all day today, and he was gonna pay today, and I guess the call got moved back again, so Jacob's just on standby. I'll tell you guys if we close them, we'll see. But other than that, we closed a different 15K deal today, all up front, cash collected, which was awesome. If I show you guys the chat, I know I showed this a little bit earlier over my other camera, but we got $5,000 over fan basis and then $10,000 over the other payment method as well right here. And yeah, it literally is crazy. 58K cash collected in 3.5 weeks. I think right now it's around 3.5 weeks, just approaching 4 weeks. I think I showed probably part of the team call today. I think we just approached the 4-week mark, like literally today. It's December 6th, so I'm not fully sure, but
again, this is ridiculous how this end up going, and we're going to keep going. Obviously, this is a very, very long-term agency that we have. And yeah, hopefully we can close this guy Mark for 15K. I guess we're just waiting on him. And if we can do that, that's literally, like I was saying earlier, that's a 7-figure year agency in 4 weeks, which again, I don't think anyone else has done this really before publicly at all. Like, no way. And then we had a team call, which you guys probably saw a part of as well. As far as ads go, if we check, we booked, let me see, intros booked. We booked 3 intros today. Not good, not bad, I would say. It's just kind of whatever. Demos, we booked 1 demo. Okay, so not bad. Apparently we have a pretty good solid call tomorrow, as Jacob was saying, so hopefully that person can convert. As far as things, the month so far, December, currently sitting at about $106 cost per schedule, which whatever, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm not going to lie. Our ROAS is great. So again, our return on ad spend, I'm not going to change what's working. You know, this is one thing entrepreneurs I think love to do is change what's working because they think they can do it better. And you can always do things better, but just test it separately to what's working, because what we're doing right now, it's printing cash. All right. So we're going to keep doing this. And this exact same thing we're doing for ourselves is what we're going to do for our clients, right? Which is so cool about this whole like kind of AI agency model is like you literally, what you do to get clients is how you fulfill for them as well in a lot of the cases. It's a very similar fulfillment process. The biggest thing for us is just automating it. So I know I've been saying this, but CSMs and media buyers, we need a CSM and a media buyer ASAP to make sure we can sort of just streamline fulfillment, because that's our biggest bottleneck right now is literally just fulfillment. But our clients are going to absolutely crush. We are going to implement ads for them, as you guys know, of course, the marketing stuff, and then AI caller either included or as an upsell to handle all the inbound leads, potentially even place a full-time closer over Zoom for some, because that's part of our offer we're doing, because these stem cell clinics can handle that, which is super cool. But yeah, guys, it's kind of a quick update today. If we get another 15K tonight, I'll pull up the camera. But it sounds like it might just get delayed till tomorrow again. I have no clue. I'll probably keep doing this for tomorrow and then maybe Monday. And that's kind of like the end of the challenge, to be honest. I don't even say this is a challenge, because this is a continued long-term agency. But yeah, it's pretty insane how we've been doing so far. And you guys have seen literally every single like ounce of this, right? So if we just go maximum on this ad account, we spent exactly like, literally exactly like, what even is that? 13 grand on ads. We spent 13 grand to make 58K cash collected with like almost 70K in revenue. So yeah, guys, if this doesn't tell you direct proof, like that was part of the reason I actually filmed this video. I wasn't going to film this video at all for this agency, but I wanted to do it for the direct proof so people know this works, okay? And like, you know, obviously there's always going to be people that say certain things online and everything, but like, you know, what are you going to say now, right? That's kind of the thing. So yeah, guys, obviously this has been a massive journey and super, super great so far. Literally just the past 30 days to do this. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. So for day 37, I didn't make any sort of recap. There was honestly nothing too notable. I think a few calls Jacob had, and then other than that, nothing really closed, nothing really happened. So on to day 38, which is the last day I am recording this challenge. Alrighty, guys, it is December 8th, Monday, as I'm recording this right now. I think the last time I made an update was on Saturday. So since then, a few things have happened. If I check kind of the ads manager real quick, just look at how things are going. We got a lot of appointments yesterday, so we're averaging about $85 cost per appointment now, which is absolutely amazing. The interest stacked ad set's doing crazy as well. So super good decision to cut the broad and then ad spend here. We closed a $5,000 deal up front last night. It was like 1 a.m. technically, like I think it was like 1 a.m. Like I can just check in Slack right now. I'll show you guys. We were going to get this guy 15K up front and get 10K through a financing platform, but we just couldn't get him through. I don't know. There were just some issues with it. So he got denied, not sure. And we're just going to do $1,000 a month each month with him until he's paid 15K. So technically a 15K deal, but again, $5,000 up front is what we really got. So that was yesterday at, like 11, 12 p.m. So yeah, that's the updates there. As far as ads go, things are going really, really well. If I open up our calendar real quick, the calendar has been looking absolutely crazy for this week. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 intro calls tomorrow with the demo. So it looks like it's going to be a pretty big week. We're headed right into kind of Christmas time as I'm recording this right now. Well, I guess beginning of December. So we might see show rate and stuff drop off a little bit, but also this is the time of year where businesses are trying to spend money, to save on taxes and whatnot, at least in the US. So, yeah, kind of things going our way, things not going our way. It's whatever. Things are still going great. Ad costs have lowered, dramatically.
we've been looking at our tracker and whatnot and cutting ads where needed. Peter and I are just onboarding clients right now, and we've kind of set up today our full client snapshot that we're getting. We're putting on a CSM, client success manager. I think we found someone who we're going to put on tomorrow to start managing all the clients and get that person ramped up, as well as a media buyer who I think we'll have it by the end of this week, because I had a call with Peter one-on-one today. So yeah, guys, that is it so far. So to recap so far, so just full screening my kind of face here real quick. To recap everything so far, we have made $63,000 completely cash collected upfront so far. It's been a little bit over 4 weeks, so it's kind of just within that time frame. We started right in the beginning of November, and it's like about a week into December, so 4 or 5 weeks. About 4 weeks since we started ads, or a little bit under. So yeah, pretty much $63,000 in about a month. And just to jump over to the ads manager real quick to recap what we've spent so far, if I go all time down here, we have spent 8,000. I'll just do the math. So 8,858 plus 4,899 okay, so about $13,757 spent on ads in the last 4 weeks, and in total we made $63,000 upfront. So 63,000. Okay, so that's a total of $49,000, $243 in profit. And if we pay a closer, which we pay Jacob about 15% because he's self-setting, I guess the math on that would come down to, if I do the math real quick, the math on that comes down to $63,000 made, of course, with $22,000 in ad costs and team costs and also some software costs, right around $40,550 in profit in literally about 4 weeks, which is crazy. So the goal of this agency, I'm going to probably make an outro to this video because I'm kind of just ending the video here, is this is not like a challenge video, I would say, where it's like, we're stopping here. This is an agency that's being planned to run very, very long term, get clients amazing results, which is our main priority right now, and just continue as we keep going, because things are only going to get better, right? Our fulfillment's going to get better. Obviously, it's what we have Peter on the team just to help with the back end. Really, Wyatt and I are doing the rest. And then we will also be really just focusing again on client results, making sure our closers and our team is building with our client success side. Our closers sales team is doing well. Going to have to hire a setter here soon, and then get Jacob fully packed out with demos every single hour of the day, because Jacob is a killer. So yeah, guys, that being said, I'll probably have an outro for this video, but that's it. The recap for December 8th. All right, guys, as you just watched and just heard all the math breakdown of calculations on how the agency did, it was a massive success, and it still is a massive success. I'm recording this outro like a week, I think, after I recorded that last clip. And just for context, we've closed more $15,000 deals. I'm sure I can put screenshots up on the screen here. We've closed more deals. We've found a client success manager to fully jump on and do all of our client success work. We've also found a media buyer who's going to jump on and help with all the back-end ad setup for all of our clients. And we are now just getting in the phase where we're going to start scaling our ad spend and everything there. So guys, that being said, I know this was kind of a hectic video. Now it was a longer video for sure. But I really wanted to make this video as I wasn't planning to originally, but as you guys saw, like I was going to build this agency anyways, and in this industry specifically, and branch out in this niche, because I saw so much opportunity in it, and I thought I might as well just document it. And like, again, I just broke down all the math. I think it came out to $80,000 in revenue, right in that range. We collected $63,000 in cash, and then we did like right around $40,000 in profit. And it was just a little over around that 5-week mark, just because if we include like the first 7 days of just setting all, the foundation stuff up, and then 4 weeks of actually running ads. And also in the description of this video, I dropped an entire Google Doc that pretty much broke down every single day, all the sales metrics from everything that Jacob took calls wise. So this was intro calls, demo calls, and then all the outcomes of all of them. So you can kind of see how it all went down. And yeah, feel free to check that out in the description below in this video. So yeah, guys, absolutely insane video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. And like I said at the start of this video, I've not seen anyone else do this. Like, I hear a lot of people talk online, say they know this, say they run this, all this stuff. Very few people are willing to do what I think I just did. And I'm usually the last person to ever pat myself on the back, but like, I kind of feel like now this is the time to. And especially because this agency, if you guys want more videos on this, if you guys want like a part 2 of what this agency is looking like, all the operations, where we're at revenue wise in like a month or 2 from now for an update video, let me know in the comments. I'd be open to doing it. Obviously, if you guys want the resources and everything I talked about throughout this video, I use GoHighLevel. That was the main CRM I probably showcased throughout this entire video. I'll have a link in the description for it below, where you'll get access to pretty much all the foundational automations, calendars, funnels, everything I talk about throughout this video. It'll directly be sent to your inbox as you sign up with my link below this video, I believe with a 30-day free trial. So that's kind of cool as well. And I'm not sure if when the time I'm posting this, my big 10-hour free course is out on my YouTube channel, but that obviously goes massively in depth about how to set up what I just set up, depending on your own scenario based on where you're at. It's a big 10-hour free course, and that video has taken me months to make. So yeah, guys, that being said, last thing I'll say as well, and I'll just plug it in here, is if you guys want to learn directly one-on-one from me and have me as like your coach, essentially, I do have like a private mastermind for all AI agency owners in the description of this video below. And you can check that out if you want to get more so mentored one-on-one by me. But yeah, guys, that being said, let me know if you want a part 2 of this video, maybe an update, like I said, maybe like a couple months from now on how we're doing with the agency, as we only plan on scaling it. We really think we'll be at like the $250,000 a month mark within the next like 90 days. Because as I'm filming this now, if we consider the last 4 weeks of when we started ads to now, we've done over $100,000 in revenue. So this is a 7-figure a year agency already in literally 4 weeks. Again, never seen anyone do this before. So, and you guys have all the receipts throughout this entire video. So yeah, guys, that being said, I really hope you enjoyed. Comment below what you liked about this video. Make sure you subscribe and like, and I'll see you guys inside the next video.